And welcome back to the TSF Entertainment Channel. It is your boy Retro CG in the building tonight. And I got the whole family here. Well, we're missing Juggernaut of Souls, but we got the family in the building. And we got a real special treat for you guys. We got a really special treat.
Hey, Miss Honey. Good to see you, girl.
All right, so in the building, we got the first ladies of TSF in the building. Miss Really B TV podcast in the building. And Miss Honey. We got DJ Fresh Your Highness in the building, and we got Jack of Jordans. But tonight, we got some extended family members that are going to be joining us on the panel tonight. Fresh, let's go ahead and bring them up one by one. Joining us, we got Grown Man Talking in the building with Real. Real, welcome to the TSF Entertainment panel.
Thank you. Thank you. Good to be with y'all tonight.
Appreciate having you. Oh, we got the beautiful ladies in the building from Shade in the City. So we got Nels and Treese. Welcome into the TSF Entertainment Channel. Glad to have you, ladies.
Yes, thank you for having us.
Fresh, we got anybody else? Oh, shoot, we got Planet Paperboy in the building.
How you doing?
All right, so we got a full house here tonight. We got a full house, so we gonna cut up. We're gonna have a good time. And we're here to talk about Power Book 3, Raising Kanan. It is season 3. Episode 310, Major Look. All right, one by one. What did y'all think about the episode?
I loved it. I loved it. I almost cried. I knew he wasn't gone. I loved it.
Yeah, I knew he wasn't gone.
It gets a 10 from me.
I think that was the best finale I've ever seen, honestly, in a real long time.
Especially in the Power universe.
Right.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh, definitely in the Power universe. Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I stand by the fact that Raising Kanan is the best out of all of the sequels. I don't care what anybody says. That's my opinion.
That.
It's the best.
Yeah, absolutely.
Better than Power with Ghosts?
Yes.
Well, I said out of the sequels.
Oh, okay.
Well,
He's like, I had to just, he's like, I had
better
to
than
check.
Power,
I had to make-
better than Power the last 2 seasons. Better than Power the last 2 seasons, absolutely.
Mm.
Juggernaut, we appreciate the super chat, bro. He says it's a 12 out of 10.
I know that's right.
Real, what did you think about the episode, bro?
I dug it.
Okay.
I thought it ended the way it should have ended. It was good for me. I had to watch it a couple times.
Okay. Miss Honey, I already know how you feel. You was up at 4:30 in the morning, so I already know how you
Absolutely.
feel.
Stellar performance. Everyone killed it. Shout out to Lou. Like it just was a really, really good episode. And listen, no matter what you think,
Whatever.
the writers pulled one over. Like, I mean, you can't hope for better than that. It was so unpredictable, but yet predictable. Like it's umami. It's just show umami.
Umami. Okay. Shout out to the best chat on YouTube in the building. What's good, fam? All right, so we're gonna go ahead and jump into this thing. So how we do things over here at TSFE, we kind of, we spend a little time talking about the scenes, but we do want to give everyone an opportunity to share their thoughts on the scene if they care to share. So we'll try to make sure that we give everyone an opportunity to speak on a specific scene. So all right, we're gonna go ahead and jump into this thing. Let's get here and get started. All right, so the episode starts off with the episode description. What did y'all think when y'all first saw the episode description? Desperation sets in as Howard tries to evade the task force and Ronnie goes on attack, leaving Raq and Kanan to make some fateful choice. Did you think that we were gonna have a lot of action?
Yeah, it was a season finale, so I definitely expected that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just because of the season finale, that's the only reason why I thought that.
Mm-hmm.
So we started the episode off, and I'm glad they didn't drag this out, and I'm glad they didn't make us wait for it. they let us know immediately what happened with Lou. They tried to be a little sneaky about it, making us think that he was unalive, but obviously not.
We knew that.
We knew that.
Right.
So we found out that it's been 2 weeks that has passed, and Lou is now at a rehab facility. And Raq has been called down to the rehab facility. And of course, Raq being Raq, she comes in, she's real aggressive and she's real hard. And, the counselor is trying to, let her know that she's a part of his therapeutic process. Like, yes, he's here for treatment, but he identified you as being the most important person in his life. And it wasn't us that called you down here. It was Lou that called you down here. Thoughts on Raq in this scene, y'all? What y'all think?
I'm not a huge Raq fan, but I did like that scene. I like the fact that, you know what I mean, when he spilled out his heart, she didn't have a problem spilling out her heart as well. Because, she could be a rock. Okay? She don't like to show her emotions. So I love the fact she was like, I love you too. You super special to me. Like, you my baby brother. So I liked her in the scene. She's giving me Marvin.
She had a moment.
She's growing.
I love it when the therapist called her out. When the therapist called her out and was like, anger is an emotion too. Like you say you don't have any emotions, you don't feel anything, but anger is an emotion. And I think that sort of made her stop for a minute, like, oh, okay.
Right. Can I just say how disappointed I am that Lou is still here? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh!
And the kids.
I just wonder what role Lou is gonna play in the future. Like, they gave us so much with Lou. Like, we spent a lot of time with him being like kind of like a sloppy drunk or whatever. And in this episode 10, I mean, we just got stellar acting. Number one, emoting, emotions. Like that scene, towards the end, it was very pivotal. Like, Lou gave it to us. And what does that mean for season 4? Like, he said that he's not in the game anymore. Like, my nerves are bad.
In the game
and is his head getting smaller, or is it just me? Is it me, or is his head getting really, really tiny?
His head is getting tiny.
I think it's just because he put on some weight. His head just look a little small. That's that alcohol weight.
He was crusty. I mean, just withdrawal. He was just giving tears. Like, we got so much from Lou. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out how they're moving forward with this Lou character. I just wonder about it.
I just think we got way too much from Lou the whole season. If you ask me, I'm kind of with the masses. Why is Lou still here?
You see, Trees, put your hands down. Put your hands down. Put your hands down.
DeMarcus, don't come over here talking about no RIP Ronnie Mathis. It's more like BIH, burning hell. I told you, DeMarcus. I told you the other day on IG that Ronnie was up out of here. He's gone. Delete.
And I like the way they took him. Well, I'm sorry, I'm jumping.
He said Mr. Caldwell checked Raq. He sure enough did.
He did check her a little bit, and she came down. She down.
Needed to be checked.
So if you really want a good understanding of the Power universe, it would be beneficial for you to go and watch the rest of the shows to get a full understanding. But you can pick up with Raising Kanan and not have watched the other shows and still enjoy the experience. All right, so we're going on past Lou and his emotions. Lou walk her out to the car and whatever, and they still continue. Lou needed this. He needed to feel like Raq was, supportive of the fact that he don't want to be part of this life anymore, and he was kind of forced in. So, Lou is having a bit of a reckoning, but I'm kind of like with Miss Honey. I just wonder where they're going to take his character for subsequent seasons, because I really don't want to see this. After this season, I don't want to see Lou like this anymore. Like, I need for him to get back on his A game. If he's not even going to be part of the business, send him out to California with Jessica, let him be a record producer, and let him have his happy ending. Yeah. But if he's going to be around in Queens, then I don't want to see him moping and groping and moaning and groaning. And I want to see Lou in a better place.
I want to see him if it means something to the storyline, right? Like, if it adds something, I want to see him. But if Fame, I don't know what's going on with Fame. Who else Lou producing? Like, I mean, what are we doing here? Right? Like,
that's what I've said. We could just give it
right.
But it was dope that she actually apologized to him. That was something that was unexpected from Raq because she don't never say sorry. She don't never say sorry about anything.
I was shocked off this.
That's because she never takes accountability.
She never
she
takes
looked good.
accountability.
She looked good. She looked good not taking accountability, huh?
Yeah. I mean, Raq gives us full brick wall, baby. Full brick wall. She did this whole season in 4-inch heels. Y'all ain't never seen Raq in
I'm
no
trying
flat.
to tell you.
Even she pulled that gun at the end, like all of that stuff. She did all that in 4-inch heels, baby. Raq has been given. Did y'all see them leggings?
Them black and gold joints? Oh, I saw
yeah,
them.
she looked real good.
Yeah, we also.
Yeah,
Raq is
I was
a
studying.
Mother Dicky Wall, like I mean, full on.
I feel like this was Lou's setback season, though. I feel like Lou gonna come back in 4, and he's gonna have a solid season, right? Like last season, Lou was my character. This season, Lou just kind of been going downhill. Marvin's been doing some interesting things that he wasn't doing last season. I think this is Lou's setback season, and next season he's gonna be solid again, probably in the entertainment game, but I think Lou gonna get himself together.
I like that. I like that.
Good point.
I'm with that.
Yeah, I can see Lou in season 5. I don't know that season 4 is where his place is, but we'll see.
Yeah, hopefully we don't get no more whining.
Really
All
great.
right. So, as I told my sister Shade in the City, I told y'all the blue girls was better off in the foster care to begin with. I told y'all that.
You did say that, and I feel so. I just wish
We're
Marvin
somewhere.
Look at this point. They should have just let Marvin take the damn girl. Well, the one girl that was,
Well, Marvin never signed up to take the girl, so that was all you.
Marvin didn't
Me
need
and Really
to
B was talking about that.
We did not need to see Marvin as a white, as savior of the
There
white.
you go. Me and Really B was saying Marvin can't raise Jukebox. He only be raising a little white girl.
I'm good.
Yeah,
Let me see some
I'm
things
good
with
with
his daughter.
Yep. So we see Marvin is here to pay his respects or whatever. You see, he's probably still a little angry about what has happened to Gerald, and at the same time, he doesn't necessarily blame Gerald for what he was trying to do. He blamed the feds. We see the feds pull up on him, and we learn that it was the 2 guys that were. So we knew from that moment when he got that call from Gerald at the hotel to come settle his debt that these were the 2 pushers. Go ahead, Really B.
I was about to be like,
which is what I said. Which is what I said.
I'm a fact check that. I don't think that's
give me my flowers.
Is that what you said, CJ?
I said I'm a fact check it.
I said that this was the setup from the day he called. From the night they called him, it was a setup.
Yeah, because these were the 2 guys in the room. They just looked different. They were like dressed like Billies.
Right. And I said it when we talked about it on the episode. Right. I was like that. I was like, I said, they've been setting him up since, because that, and if you go back, I said it didn't make sense. That whole scene, I'm like, out of all the people that Gerald, Marvin is who he gonna call?
Yeah.
It ain't make sense.
That did. It did.
That's them, CJ, because he even said to them, y'all were better drug dealers.
Educator, really.
Yeah, I heard that part.
Yeah, he said that. He said y'all were better drug dealers. He said that.
Than FBI agents.
Yeah, I heard that part. But remember, we thought last episode that those were the same 2 cops that was harassing Raq.
No, this is a different set right
here. I never thought that.
No,
I never thought
that's Agent Toupee that was harassing Raq.
Don't start.
Oh my God.
Marvin tell them where they can go real quick. And
he bid them farewell. I thought it was perfect.
Bid them farewell. Yep, he bid them farewell.
And look good doing it.
Exactly.
I like the fact that Marvin doesn't crack under pressure. I love the fact that Marvin never cracks under pressure. Like, he was like, I ain't phased, I ain't bothered. Like,
you like how long that bird is. That is a very long bird.
You gonna stop coming for Lou, homie.
Oh, do you see that bird, really?
Really, Miss Honey?
Wow.
So over here at the Roach Motel, you got Crystal and Kanan laid up. You know, they just
was the writing on the wall for this though? Like, couldn't we all like expect this kind of?
Exactly. That's what I'm getting ready to say right now. Like, the first thing that rolled up out her mouth was So are we boyfriend and girlfriend now? He was like, no, we just kicking.
Nope. I mean, that's a pre-enter me question.
Yep. And then immediately her next response to that is, I'm late. So
I think that was being.
I'm like, when the bill due? When was it due?
Yeah, I mean that's what I like to do. Like, I'm not sure, so I'm just gonna add more semen.
Exactly.
Wait a minute, did you say pre-enter me?
She did.
Yes.
She did.
It's a
That's a pre-interview.
He had already been
Right?
What are you
Like, you
talking
should
about?
ask that before he enters you. Like, you don't wait to after he's done.
Crystal is lying today.
I'm trying to tell you, real. I tried to tell you. I tried to warn
It was
you.
so childish. Like, it was so childish. Like, it's so high.
It was so obvious. Like,
so
if
what's
she,
gonna happen,
if
y'all?
she pregnant, I'm pregnant, and that's
It's been like 3 weeks. What are we talking about here?
So that's my question to the panel. My question to the panel is she really late, or is this a tactic of hers to try to, sucker Kanan into being her?
I don't know. We've seen her being manipulative a couple times.
I mean,
So
over what?
Right. She tried to get Jukebox jumped at the damn subway station.
Exactly.
She got it.
But what is her benefit from it now? Because Butter is done. What is her benefit from it? Just to be with Kanan?
She's trying to be a hustler's hoe. She's trying to link up. She see that.
I mean, but if she peeping him and she paying attention, she sees that his family is important. She trying to get in somewhere, man.
Yeah,
She trying to get in somewhere.
Exactly.
Especially
She's a little light skinned to be producing the Sean that we saw, though.
Agreed. Agreed. So I think the consensus is that she running a car. Yeah, she lying.
She look like an old lady. And if you go back to Kanan, look at him smoking that. I mean, he is 16, you guys. Look at those downward nipples, those high-waisted pants. Like, it's so silly that they're trying to push him in this way. I don't know. I'm just, it's entertaining. It's entertaining.
Oh my God.
So we finally get our answers on Aisha. We've had a bit of a debate over here about what Aisha's intentions and motives were. So
she did.
We found out that she has been trying to contact Jukebox for the last 2 weeks. Of course, we all know that Juke was probably ashamed, embarrassed about what had happened over there at the mall. And, she was avoiding her. She was trying to figure some stuff out on her own, So we learned that she has feelings. She's developed feelings, rather, for Jukebox. And her reasoning for being with Kanan was because she was confused or she didn't know what she wanted to do. What did y'all think about this? Did y'all want more out of this, or did we get what we needed?
I think we got what we needed.
Did we need it? Did we need it? I mean, we knew with the tickle fight.
I agree, Coach Sturdy.
From 2 seasons ago, did we need it? Did we need it?
I said that from the beginning.
My review.
I said that from the beginning that she was homie hopper.
Bros
I
of
disagree,
what?
but I disagree. I think what she said is absolutely the explanation. I think it makes sense. We got to remember these are teenagers. And she was like, look, I don't like girls, but it was something different about you. So yeah, I flirted with Kanan, and yeah, I tried to make something happen with Kanan to try to like myself that I still like boys. Like, it's a confusing thing when you like boys, and then one day all of a sudden you start having feelings for a girl, and it's like, whoa, what the hell is happening here? I don't think she's homie hopping. I think it's legit. I think what her explanation
on the homie. She literally hopped on the homie.
Yeah.
But I don't think she's homie hopping. Like, I don't think she's just going from. I don't think that's what it is. But I mean,
you don't think she's going from Kanan?
I agree with you.
I think Crystal would be more of a homie hopper than Aisha.
I agree with you.
Crystal only messed with Kanan.
I mean, in terms of definition, I definitely think Crystal is a homie hopper, but I agree with what she says about Aisha. My whole point, though, is we did not get to see Marvin discover that she's going into the service. Like, we did not get to see a Juke and Marvin at all. We saw Marvin more with these little Caucasian girls, these Caucasoids, than we did with Juke. You know what I'm saying? And so I understand what's going on with them, but like I'm saying, we knew a few weeks ago, really. At the same time, I think we could have spent a little bit more time on Marvin and Juke instead of Aisha and Juke. But again, I'm just looking at how all of this is going to play into season 4.
I would have liked to see that answer too, DeMarcus. I would have really addressed. I would have addressed the whole,
And remember, Juke said when Aisha asked her, "Could you get out of it?" Juke said, "I could." So we don't know for sure that Juke is going. It seems like that's the direction, but what does this mean in season 4? And why do they keep dressing Juke? I just, these clothes are so big.
They are.
That's how they dress.
What are we hiding?
I think Juke. I think the character that plays Juke. I think she's pregnant. I keep saying I'm gonna look it up. I think when they were filming, she was, because they've been doing that all season. She has looked very chunky, and I'm in no way
she do look chunky.
Fat shaming her, but she definitely looked like she has picked up weight. And I agree. I feel like every chance they get to put her in something big and baggy, and I understand that was the style of the '90s, but it seemed like it's even more so than where they normally do with Jukebox. Like, I mean, every time they can put her in a coat, she's in a coat. Every time. But even when Kanan was Kidnapped and she left and ran up the street, that bottom, I was like, oh, honey, that
she did look real bottom. In that particular scene. I know what he's talking about.
35-year-old bottom. Okay, Jay says she's not pregnant. She follows her on Instagram, but she did pick up a few pounds. Okay, maybe she just picked up some weight. It happens. I mean, that's, it happens. But it did look like it really did look like they were camouflaging all season. It really did. But
shout out to the pancake.
Yeah, it seemed like her clothing was a little bit bigger than they normally dress her, but it could be the fact that she was gaining a little weight and they were just trying to cover it up.
Yeah, but these two sizes too big jackets. I don't know.
Right.
So we see them at lunch. They having lunch, and they're really having a conclusion to the conversation that they had at the park. Aisha is at this point, trying to see if Jukebox has an opportunity to get out of going into the army. Jukebox says, yeah, I could, but I'm not. And, she explained her reason, and I think she has valid reasons as to why she wants to go, because she says her family is always going to be a problem for her, and she wants to put some distance between her and that. So I think we got what we needed out of this scene. Bye.
Look at they're like matching bookends, and shout out to this side swoop and this high ponytail. Yeah, she's giving little girl realness. I love it. I love how they just match them. Like her hair and her shirt matches Juke's shirt. It's super cute. It's super cute. Something's going on in season 4 with Juke. I don't know.
All right. So we get to we're down at the police precinct, and Captain Baptiste and Agent Toupee, as Miss Honey refers to him as, Agent Tanner, is having an interview with Howard. And we've all been going back and forth about, we knew that time was up for Howard. When we saw that his union rep is being brought in, we know that they're taking this up a notch. They're taking this up a notch with their questioning. At this point, he's considered a suspect. They're now shifting their investigation a little bit towards Howard. And I went back and forth with you all regarding my theory on this, or my thoughts on this rather. And I didn't really quite understand initially because they threatened him. They pretty much told him that he had 48 hours to get back with them, because the union rep did his job. He tried to defuse the situation, run interference, and say, hey, look, we need to confer about what you're accusing him of. We'll get back to you with responses to y'all questions. Agent Tanner pretty much tells him that you got 48 hours. Captain Baptiste puts him on modified duty, takes his shield and his weapon, and they threatened to arrest him. They threatened to issue an arrest warrant for him if he didn't get back to them in the 48 hours. But I was confused as to what was the charge that they had on him. But
Agent Tanner reaching, man.
Yeah, he's reaching, but we know that there's something there for him to dig up.
Yeah, we know there's something there. Howard, what he's reaching for ain't there though. I think it's something there, but he's like Marvin Thomas and we talked about it offline. The whole Marvin Thomas connect. I'm still missing how Raq is completely eliminated out of the equation. Like you bring Gerald into
I
it,
said the same. How did Raq's name never come up in the last 2 episodes? They have talked about. They even tracked Lulu ass down to rehab. And nobody said nothing about Raq. They literally had fans following Raq around.
They called him Louis. If you know his government name, you know.
Did you know his sister?
His antennas went up when Demo said Raq. He was like, "Oh, Raq," whatever. And now it's just like we completely went away from that, and that's why I'm like,
they didn't follow up with it.
It's something there, but they reached.
Yeah, there was no follow up. You're right.
And there was no right, because I'm with you on that. I'm definitely with you on that one, Jack. Like, how is Raq's name not even uttered? Her name never even came up. When they talked to Howard, when they talked to Lou, when they talked to Famous, Raq's name never comes up.
Right.
But you know that the brother is Marvin, and you know that he got a brother named Lou, but you don't know he got a sister named Raquel.
Right.
Right, Mark, exactly.
Good
Mark.
Point,
That's the other thing too.
Good point.
Brett figured out the whole connection by pulling his damn HR file. She was able to find the DNA test, and that Raq was his CI. Like she put all of the pieces together by just pulling his damn personnel file, and they can't even act like they know who Raq is.
They didn't even know that they like, okay, this is not even your sibling or nothing like that. They kind of disregarded. It was like Demo brought the name up, the antennas went up, it did the whole scent of her just being in the game just died.
I mean, they were in the office like 10 minutes and they just did a bunch of supposition and coincidences, and they just unfolded the whole thing. The 2 captains and Agent Toupee, like, it's just weird, and I could buy it all if they would mention Raq, but to never have mentioned Raq, it's a missed opportunity.
Let me ask the ladies a question. This is something me and Retro were talking about. Let me ask the ladies a question, Ms. Shade in the City and Miss Honey. Do you think that this is just a blatant, whether the writers meant to or not, do you think this is just some blatant sexism where we're only going to focus on the men because we can't possibly conceive of a woman being the head of this enterprise? Even though we talked to her, even though we followed her, because I'm just like, how does her name, I'm sorry, let me ask, what do y'all think?
Well, now that you put it like that, I'm with you on that, because it doesn't make sense. And until you said it, I think I completely forgot that, they never went back to Raq. I just thought, she was good. So that does make a good point. Why?
You know what? After watching the Griselda Blanco story and how that went down, where they just could not believe it was a woman in charge, you know what I mean? It's possible. It's possible.
I mean, for me, it just is what it is. Like this, it doesn't matter what line of work you're in. If you clean houses or you clean money or you deal drugs, like, right? The women are considered second class. Like she's aggressed. Look at what little Linguini did when she went for the 500. Like he totally wanted to put a fork and knife between her legs. Like he could have ate her up. You know what I'm saying? and he let her know. He let her know, I'm gonna give you this 500,000. Yeah. Same thing with her brothers. I mean, she do run them, but at the same time, they have depended upon her, right? I mean, she had a particular type of mama. She was with a particular type of man. She was groomed by a particular type of man, right? Like everywhere she goes, she has to have the biggest balls in the room. It is required. It is required, and Raq gives it to us. At the same time, we do see her winning. We see her really finesse Howard through this entire season. Remember the conversation in the car about, you say we connected, we family then, right? Like he really felt like he was playing her, and me and Mr. Jackal were talking about this in my comments, right? He really thought he was playing her. But Raq was playing him this whole season. Raq gives this whole season. Like she's, I I see why the writers kind of protect her like they do, but at the same time, I want them to make Raq give us a little bit more. We need to see her. We need to see her fall. We need to see her get into a Lou place at some point, like just to understand what's going on between her and Kanan. Like, I'm just saying. She's a bad girl.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if I ever want to see her be in Lou's place. That's just a very sad place to be.
I mean, but there takes a certain amount of brokenness to get reconciled. And we do hear Kanan say in Power that when he sees Ghost, he daps him up and says he's headed to see his mom. It leads us to believe that she's still alive, although Kanan was a liar.
And he could have been going to the cemetery to see her.
Oh,
I mean, she was fine.
Ooh, okay, look at y'all.
She educated. Let's listen. She's a very smart girl.
Well, the only thing that I would like to add to that, is, yeah, maybe for the times or whatever the case may be, we know that may be the case where sometimes women are not acknowledged, but we also saw the FBI tailing her. We also saw them bring her in for questioning. So they're suspicious of her, but I think that, they really didn't have anything to connect her per se to, that they circled back around. They shifted focus, but at the end of the day, we did see them take interest in her initially because they followed her. I took pictures of them. They had a tail on her. They haven't had a tail on Marvin at all. They had a tail. They had a tail on Raq, but they haven't had a tail on Marvin at all. So it just, I agree with you. I agree with you. I think that they just dropped the ball. I think they just dropped the ball. It didn't circle back around to that. But I think they're maybe also saving that for season 4.
Oh yeah, season 4 is gonna be a
Yeah, it kind of seemed like they stopped tailing her when she stopped going to that shop, right?
Yeah, because we seen that.
Like,
Go ahead, Real. Go ahead.
No, that's all I was gonna say is when she stopped going down to that little strip mall joint, you didn't see any tails on her anymore. You didn't see anybody following her. It just kind of stopped.
I thought it was after she went to the precinct, because I think those cops that was harassing her was from a totally different what they call them in New York. You know what I'm saying? Like the different, not districts per se, but like the different
boroughs,
precincts. Like I think that was a different precinct that was hounding her at her store.
You mean the ones that was trying to shake her down?
Yeah. I think those were from a different precinct than Howard's.
No, that ain't what I was talking about. What I was talking about was when they had the FBI taking pictures of her.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember they took it out in front of Kanan's spot. I was saying I think it stopped like after she went into with her lawyer.
Yeah.
Into the police station.
Yeah.
But I still don't understand why they stopped.
Yeah, like I said, maybe they're saving that for season 4 for us. If not, it was just I think it was just a continuity issue. All right, so we see Marvin is down here talking to their attorney, the family attorney, the low budget Terry Silver.
I thought that was Terry Silver at first, but threw me off. The creepy mustache.
That's his daddy.
Threw me off.
That's his daddy.
Yeah.
So the lawyer tells him, which I feel like the lawyer ain't really doing his job. Lawyer ain't lawyering, because the lawyer says, "Oh well, I hadn't heard anything. They haven't, dropped any information about you. But if you want me to shake some trees, Marvin, like, you damn right, I want you to shake some trees, find out what's going on or whatever, and let them know I ain't do nothing." Well, Marvin, you're not exactly innocent, but at the same time, what they're accusing you of, you are kind of a part of. But what I have the biggest issue with is the fact that they just stopped investigating the Italians. That they just stopped investigating the Italians. We seen them rope Stefano up and bring him in for questioning and everything. Like, initially, their focus was on the Italians, and then all of a sudden, it just went straight to Marvin.
I think it still is. I think it's so much ain't the vocal point, but I think they try to tie everything together.
Well, they need to start going ahead and lacing these up for us a little bit before they start tying it together.
Yeah, I agree.
Terry Silver Sr., that part.
I think it goes back to was it Jack of Jordans said that
Yes,
I think
ma'am.
they're just reaching for anything, throwing it at the wall and seeing what sticks.
Yeah.
Because the case got to get pinned on somebody, right?
Right.
Yeah,
Somebody
they
gotta
need the
go
closest
down.
case. Somebody
Yeah.
has to go down for it, and Marvin is the closest thing that they have right now. But they're reaching. They're about to make themselves look stupid.
I keep seeing this, and I hate to cut everybody off because I keep seeing this theory. I don't think for a second that it's Stefano that's ratting, because if he rat and say it's Marvin, that's gonna implicate that he was the one to put out the hit, so it can't be him.
Now it could be Giorgio. You know, I've been kind of suspicious of Giorgio all along. You know, I've been suspicious of Giorgio from day one.
Rat bastard.
The Power universe is hard because sometimes they drop things for us they want us to pay attention to, and sometimes they put things in there that we pay attention to that mean nothing. Like this scene right here. This is a perfect example of what did y'all really want us to pay attention to in this scene? Because as Raq is driving down the street, she looks over in this direction, takes her glasses off, almost as if she's recognizing someone.
It was season 1.
Is that the first fight scene? That's the battery scene, ain't it?
Me and Really B talked about this offline because we were kind of curious as to we shocked it up to it being a writing thing because they wanted her to look in that direction so she could recognize the car that pulled up on her and they were reaching for their weapons. But the way they shot the scene, it was almost like she was recognizing the kids that were across the street, playing basketball. She looked and she focused. Like in this look, in this scene right here, it almost looks like she's recognizing someone. It's a reach, but we also know it's a plot device for her to be looking in this direction so she could pay attention to the fact that this car is reaching for their weapons on her.
I thought it was
season 1, episode 1. Kanan was playing basketball. We were introduced to Raq and Kanan on the court.
Go ahead, Fresh.
Oh yeah, you know what?
So maybe
Yeah,
she just
you right, Miss Honey. That's probably what it is. I took it as that's where Kanan shot Howard. That's what I took it as.
Oh, so it's just a whole lot going on. It's just reminiscing.
So am I the only one that just thought she was being like looking at the children play and just having a soft moment, and they wanted to show her soft side? And am I the only one that saw that?
I mean, Miss Honey is on point. But that's what I thought. Miss Honey's probably on point. That's how we saw it. That's how we saw him. But I thought it was because that was the same projects where Kanan shot Howard. I thought that's why she was dazed out.
Yeah,
I thought it was just the battery.
Like a little Mustang GT. What was that little car she pulled up with? Kanan was playing basketball on the court. That was episode 1. That's what I thought about.
I don't remember playing basketball.
She also could have been having a soft moment. I think it's kind of the same thing. Like she was having like
Mark Memory said it, I believe.
Retro moment. Shout out to Retro.
So Mark said it is.
I felt like she was focusing on something.
Maybe she was just having a soft moment. We're gonna go with Tree. She was just having a soft moment.
Yeah.
It was a lot. It was all of the things. All of the things.
But it didn't
last long. It didn't last long.
Right. It be these little nuances that we pick up on as we watch this show, because we knew that there was a reason why they focused her in this direction, and it was because this car was getting ready to pull up beside her. Otherwise, she wouldn't have paid attention to the fact. So it was just a plot device. Anyway, Ronnie's goons pull up and they spray up the car. Raq was on it. She was able to get away with and not catch them.
How did they miss?
Look,
the same reason why Lou missed Warrell. The same reason why Lou missed Warrell.
Jesus Christ.
With the same weapon. It jammed on them.
Man.
The suspensions on the Range Rovers ain't crap, but they can take a bullet.
Raq, you a whole
Yeah, but it was like about 4 Uzis or whatever they was on it.
Those were Tech 9. So I don't know how they missed the whole Tech 9.
I don't know how they missed her.
They missed the tires.
The same reason why Lou missed Warrell with it. The same reason why Lou missed
But it was 2 of them trying to hit one person this time. It was 2 of them.
Don't matter.
Tech 9. There's no way she shouldn't have got hit.
She should have got hit.
And I don't care how hard she hit that gas. That's a truck. Trust me when I tell you, you're not gonna take off that quick. I don't care how hard you get the gas. You're not gonna take off that quick.
But I need Rock to get a bulletproof car like Unique had. I need Rock to get that bulletproof. She need to ask Unique about that. Where you get this from?
So is it just me? And I hate to bring this up. I've been trying to figure out why she's been driving that same truck since season 1. Everybody else,
Unique would never.
like we're in 92. Easily have like
never.
That's not the same one she had in the first season.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
It
Yes,
look like it.
It is.
Same white range.
Okay, all right, I'm wrong. Okay, I'm wrong.
I'm just wondering why she never changed it.
Yeah, she bought a new house. She should have got a new car too, right? All right, so this is crazy, but we're not gonna pick at the scabs, like Miss Honey always say. We're not gonna pick at the scabs, but the fact that Agent Toupee was able to find Lou in rehab is just like, wow, y'all pretty good at finding people.
I mean, he must clearly be registered under his government name, I guess.
I guess. So they go down here once again and like, okay, yeah, Marvin's my brother. And what do you think you have here? Yeah, that's my brother. So what do you want? Right here. And he was like,
ground. I had a glimpse of the old Lou.
We're trying to figure out this whole connection with Bulletproof Records and why they were here. And he was like, look, I don't know. He tried to pin it on Crown again. Of course, they let him know that, we passed this Crown moment. And then as he's leaving, he uses this opportunity to say, oh, by the way, how you afford to pay for this? And Lou like, you think I can't afford it? He's like, I'm too drunk. That what makes me think right there that come next season, they're going to start looking into the money. Rock pay for everything in cash.
Yep.
She's making large purchases. So I feel like next season, they're going to follow the money.
I mean, shout out to Lou and to Juke. And to Fame, like the no snitching. I mean, it's a masterclass in no snitching.
Well, he needs to take a master class of when you're not wanted to be around. Fame, stop going over to 4-7. Ain't nothing
your
there for
old
you
spot that you got kicked out of.
Right.
Don't you just throw hard to the ground.
Why do you keep going over there? Your friend, you don't have a friend here anymore.
Love don't live here anymore.
Love does not live here anymore.
Right. Love don't live here.
Y'all forget that was his. Y'all forget that was his spot.
That was his spot. That's his old
spot. He
we just forget
that was good. His name is still on the list.
I don't care how scary I am. You about to fight me for? I give up my whole spot.
Yeah, for real. You gotta kill me. You gotta kill me.
Let's run this save real quick.
What you want it for? You couldn't pay the rent.
Yeah, we're gonna keep
it. Don't matter. You
would got kicked out in a week.
I don't care. I'd rather get kicked out. Throw me out. Y'all gonna have to jump me straight up.
You're gonna kill me. You're gonna kill me.
Ronnie tried that. Ronnie tried it already. Threw him to the ground last week. So don't come
hard to the ground.
Don't come back over here no more.
Yeah, humiliating him.
Straight up, like, bro, I let you live with me. Remember?
Yeah, like
that's true.
Right.
With me, right.
The last 4 times he's gone there, at least he's been humiliated.
Yeah.
And he still keeps going back.
He's a glutton. He's a glutton.
But in realness, it also speaks to his character, what type of friend he is. He's loyal.
Yeah.
He's loyal because he went over there.
He's loyal to stretch.
No, he is loyal because he went over there to check on his friend.
Loyal idiot.
Even after Kanan has been treating him so bad this whole season, he still thought enough to go over there, knowing that he's not welcome, to go over there and say, yo, I heard your mom got sprayed up. Everything okay? And he didn't snitch. He didn't snitch when he got roped up on the work. He didn't snitch when he got roped up on the work. So, I mean, I think Famous is pretty loyal. I think he's proven.
Just like his mom. His mom is a dodo bird. Like, who takes it? You know what I'm saying? Like, who?
That's what it is.
Like, you don't even talk to your son. You don't even talk to your son. You go straight to the cops. Like, he does come from a long line of dodo birds.
Okay, so he's loyal. He's just dumb.
Yeah, he's a loyal
Right. And then she act like she was surprised. She act like she was surprised that the police rolled up in her house. Ma'am.
Turned in the whole piece. What's wrong with you, lady?
What the duck?
I mean, she was, because I don't think that she knew that strap had a body on it.
Yo,
it doesn't matter. Your son is hiding a weapon in a shoebox in the back of his closet. It can't be anything good connected to it.
Right?
Like, what are you talking about? What?
Hey, yo, Mark, you silly for that.
What country are you from?
She even said,
but y'all also are comparing her. Y'all also comparing her to people that are in the life. This
I know. I think that's common sense.
She's a civilian. She don't know no better.
You can put it in your house.
And I know better.
That lady ain't know no better.
What country you from?
You gotta think about it. You gotta think about it like
on your job. When the people is in charge, you go running your mouth on your job where them people is in charge. No, you lay low. You keep your head down because you know they got it out for you. Like
she reacted to the fact that Famous said we ain't even on that scene yet, but let's go ahead and get rid of it so we don't have to talk about it when we get to it.
Okay.
She reacted to the fact that Famous had said he had gotten into some trouble or whatever. So when she saw the weapon, it spooked her, and she felt like she needed to get it out the house. Otherwise, that lady ain't know no different.
Mama, that's gonna help hide the body. That's a problem.
You can get it out the house without giving it to the cops.
I agree with that.
Come on, really big.
I mean,
really big.
She may not have the,
for those who around in '92, y'all.
Rock would never.
That would be that gun would be the Department of Anacostia.
Rock is not a civilian though. Rock is something completely different.
Murdering, you're comparing her to a murdering.
Okay. Never take a gun to the police.
Can I?
But y'all forget.
CJ, it'd be at the bottom of the Anacostia River right now.
But y'all forget. Remember, in the '90s, they had them gun buyback programs. You turn in the gun, they give you $50.
Thank you.
Right.
Bro.
But
that's
you
don't turn in one that you find in your house.
But
hear me out. Devil's advocate.
Hiding.
I think, and again, because I ain't gonna say I'm like Famous Mama, but sometimes I ain't all,
Right.
My thing is when you have good intentions, I think
exactly.
they should be there.
Trace.
Hey, I'm returning this, and
Trace.
realizing that there was a body on it.
Me and Jayla gonna help hide your ass. Hell, no, ain't no way.
But I mean, okay, whatever. She's not that bright. But here's my again, what you're not gonna do is tell me, hey, mom, when you kicked me out the house and let me fend for myself, I did some shit that I'm not proud of, and I did some real messed up stuff. And you found a gun in my shoebox in the back of my closet, and your first instinct is, let me go take this to the police, because she even said it in there. Oh, well, you told me you got into some rough stuff. Right. So taking a gun that you found in my room to the police was what you thought was a good idea?
Exactly.
Go ahead, Jack, because I was about to touch on
it. Here's my thing. Yes, she was stupid for doing that, or she wasn't really thinking. She got spooked out.
No, you said it right.
Wait. Famous was done for bringing it there.
Where was gonna take it?
It's not really
where he had it. He should have threw it in the bottom of the Hudson River.
You know you come from a long line. Why would you take that to your house?
I agree with that. I agree it should have never. But I said that. I said that in my review. Like, why would you
hands on him? Okay, she should know better.
Why you got a body and you hiding it in a shoebox?
That's a really good statement. They
really should have left it at the Roach Motel.
Wait. After you
exactly, really. You should have left it at the Roach
Motel
got roped up in the bottom of the Hudson River.
They already brought you in for questioning about the gun, and you bring it with you
about the unaliving, really.
Right.
Great point.
And you bring it with you.
Anyway, let's get back to this scene right here. Let's get back to this scene right here where Crystal's having this cry. So
I'm cracking out here.
I'm processing this as Kanan has told her, if you are with child, get rid of it. Am I the only one who thought that?
That's what you thought it was giving.
Yeah.
Give rid of that baby.
OG Power. That wasn't the name of his baby mother.
Yeah.
I'm driving to the clinic.
Yeah, get rid of it.
It's definitely given. I don't want you. It's definitely given what you thought was gonna happen.
He might hit it with the "It's not mine," like Kane hit her with. Like Kane hit the cousin with "It's not mine." He probably hit her with that.
It's not mine.
It's not mine.
Hold on 1 minute, y'all. Hold on a minute. Shout out to Jamie Nitro that's in the chat right now. That's Demo, y'all.
Oh,
What's up, Demo?
Demo says Famous should have gotten rid of the strap a long time ago. So now this is a cast member telling us that Famous should have gotten rid of their weapon a long time ago.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Let me tell you something. I bet you Demo wouldn't have held on to Marvin's gun. I bet you Demo would have got rid of it.
Well, let's ask
the one gave him Rock name.
Yeah, Demo, what would you have done?
Demo, what would you have done with the weapon?
He already gave him Rock
Better
name.
yet, here's the question. Thank you, Miss Honey, for the super chat. Thank you so much.
He did it by accident.
Demo, what would Demo have done with the weapon? That's what I want to know.
What would Demo do?
Yeah, what would Demo do?
Somebody gotta let Famous know if the streets need a body, the police need a suspect. Yeah,
Come on, James.
You got to write another song.
Yep. We got another song.
Police need a suspect.
Produced by TSF Entertainment. All right. So I'm gonna touch on this, and I know this is gonna rile the panel up, but am I the only one that's tired of seeing Kanan treat Famous the way he treat him?
No.
Like, bro,
Yes.
you treat him too cold, bro.
Yes. And he
Why?
still got
Why,
that
Retro?
Why? Yeah.
is he doing it?
No, but I still don't understand what he mad at Famous about. Like, you're mad that Famous don't want to be a drug dealer after he told you he didn't want to be a drug dealer.
Nah, because mom put the gun in the bag. He didn't say anything.
Thing in his butt, in his back.
That's true. That's true.
That's why he
you know
mad.
what? You're right. No, you're right. He does have a reason to be mad at him now, but he was mad at him even before that.
Exactly.
Because he was messing up the money. He was messing up the money. That's why. He wasn't really about that money.
But that's your own fault, though. But that's your own fault because your man's told you from off top that I ain't gonna be part of it.
Guy.
I'm not in that life. So what you mad about? You forced him to do what he already told you he wasn't good at doing. So I mean, I get it. Yeah, he mad because he let Rock put that strap in his back.
Yeah, that was bad. He should have told him that. He should have told him that she did that right off the bat, or took it out.
Yeah, he was wrong for that.
He was mad from him telling him about Freddie, so he got mad off of that, and got mad when he got caught. And I felt
and he lost the money.
Yo, like I got caught. You ain't even check on me. Like you checked on the couriers, but I got caught. Like,
yeah, it was fucked
we
up.
Supposed to be brothers. You ain't even try to bail me out.
Yeah, that's fucked up because we wouldn't have done that. We wouldn't have done that. Yeah.
No.
Like, yeah.
Why
If my
do you
man's
say
get
that,
roped up, I'm
Xavier?
gonna go down here and get him up out of here quick, just like he did in season 1 when he got picked up the first time. Remember, he tried to get Rock to go down there and get him out, or whatever the case might be. So Kanan's development this season is just, I'm over it.
Xavier, put in the chat why you don't think that Famous has been that good of a friend.
Famous been a good friend.
Yeah, he's been a great friend.
Demo
Demo would have gotten rid of the gun. Okay. Definitely.
If I was Famous, man.
Well, Demo definitely would have got rid of the gun.
Yep.
I mean, why he need to go?
Famous has been a good friend of Kanan.
Me and Kanan have to square up. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
Immediately.
Yeah, I mean, if Famous needed a gun, he would have had it. He would have it on him, not at his house in a shoebox.
Win, lose, or draw.
Down to 40 below, for real.
So so Marvin shows up over Rock Place, let her know that it was there was Ronnie that put the hit out on you. It's all in the streets, and that Kanan is working with Ronnie. Rock was like, "You need to tell me that. I already know that he's running with them." And she asked Marvin to go down here and get a parlay with Snaps and Pop to try to see can we dead this situation before it gets out of hand, because she didn't want Kanan to get further involved in what's happening. Shout out to the 85 members that are in the chat. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. And we got some good comments coming in right now, so we're going to try to respond to some of those as well. But make sure y'all hit that like button.
Natural girlish. Yes.
Yes, it is. It's unique. It is.
Shout out to me and Rock's gold earrings.
Yes, for the gold earrings.
Come on.
He used Kanan for his music career and used him for rent. Abandoned him for Bert. Left Rock, but no. Because first of all, that was kind of a mutual thing. Because Kanan was already 1 foot out the door anyway, even before he went over there and stayed with Rock. So he was helping hustle up the rent money anyway. He was helping Famous hustle up the rent money anyway. So I don't feel like Famous per se used him for that. I think it was mutual benefit them having that spot.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, and some of that stuff you're listing is stuff that friends do for each other. If you have a friend and then you trying to be a rapper, and my uncle has a studio. I mean, you're my friend. Like, I don't feel like he used him. He didn't become his friend for the studio time. It just all evolved. So
yes.
I wouldn't put that under the list of things that Famous did to Kanan. Like, I don't know. I don't
Famous been cool. Yeah, Famous been cool.
If Fame hadn't got them that Roach Motel, Kanan wouldn't have had nowhere to go.
Yep.
And he wouldn't have nowhere to trap out of right now either.
And remember how Famous even got the spot.
Oh, very valid point, Fresh.
Remember how he even got that spot. So, like, yeah, like if Famous ain't been no bad friend. Like I said, if I was Famous, yeah, me and Kanan would have had to scrap it out a long time ago. But
which would explain why he may have named his son after Fame.
I go back to your review, Miss Honey. In your review, you mentioned that Kanan is going to come to a reckoning on how he's treated Fame. I think I agree with that. I think I agree with at some part in the story, Kanan is going to live in a little bit of regret on how he's treated Fame.
I mean, Xavier, you can go, but that's music. That you know how many you got rappers now in 2024 who rap about a life they ain't never living. So that's nothing. And then not helping him hustle again. He told him back then he wasn't about that life. Like if my homie come at me like, yo, I got a brick, I need you to help me move, and I straight up tell him like, nah, bro, I ain't with that. We still friends. I'm letting you know, like, nah, that ain't for me. He kept saying he just wanted to do music. Kanan forced him to go out there on the streets and sell product in his tapes. So Kanan always been the bad friend if you look at it at the end of the day.
Right.
I think I agree with that.
Yeah, I agree too.
Like Kanan always been to try to bully him to doing something he didn't really want to do. He was always the one that's like, yo, K, I don't think we should do that. What happened? K get mad, get in his face, and then he be like, all right. That's how they started selling the product out of his tape.
You know what? You're so right. He's pushed him around really always. Even when they went after in the first season when everything jumped off, he caused everything to kick off between Unique and Rock by going and shooting up that guy who he thought was on their territory.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Fame didn't want no parts of that either.
I agree.
I charge Famous with nothing but being soft.
Oh,
that's all. I charge him with being soft. He couldn't stand up for himself, and this is where he at. I mean, he definitely was more of a better friend than Kanan, but he just was soft. He couldn't stand up to him.
All right,
and that's so crazy because last season, I'm sorry, I just want to say last season Kanan was messing up the package, and now he a seasoned vet.
Oh wow!
Right.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yep.
All right,
and don't forget when he stepped on that work and created those hot shots. Don't forget when he stepped on the work and it screwed it all up.
So guys, I have to hop off.
I'm saying.
Yeah, she's saying, but I gotta hop off. Love you guys.
We enjoyed you. We enjoyed you. We'll spin the block.
Yeah.
You better.
Still got me and Nick. Y'all still got me and Nick here.
All right.
You and Nick.
All right. So we got Ronnie over here talking to Snaps and Pop. And basically, he mad. Snap and Pop basically trying to tell him that, listen, you missed your target. He was like, if you're going to take the shot, make the shot. And he was like, well, I didn't take the shot. They was like, yeah, you stupid. You let her live. So now they worried about the blowback that's getting ready to come from the fact that you put a hit out on Rock and you were unsuccessful with it. Kanan pulled up in there and, he tried to yoke Ronnie up. Basically, we had already saw this in earlier episode where Kanan had already told him, like, listen, my family is off limits to you. My question to the panel is this part of the setup?
Setup for
the Kanan
what happened later?
Yeah.
I think they had already. Yeah. I think. I'm sorry. Let me.
No. Go ahead, Ruby. Go ahead.
I think they. So here's what I think happened. I think they had already come up with a plan. I think the kidnapping was already the plan, and then I think Ronnie called an audible because when Kanan came in there, he said we didn't talk about this.
He did say that.
And then Ronnie was like something like I had to make a decision or whatever Ronnie said. But Kanan said we didn't talk about this. Even Pop and Snaps was like, "Yo, if you gonna take a shot, you gotta hit." So like, I really think that they came up with this kidnapping plan, but Ronnie was like, "F that, Raq gotta go," because that's what he been trying to do all season. So that's what I think. I think the kidnapping plan was already in place, and then Ronnie tried to do his own thing. That's what I think.
All right, Fresh, what was your thoughts?
No, go ahead, Trees.
Can I just say I would have liked to see them tussle a little bit more. The way Ronnie came, I would have liked to see this. Like, it didn't have to go down, but I would have liked to see them tussle a little bit more.
All right, Fresh, what were your thoughts?
Nah, really, B, you got me on that one. I didn't think about it. I thought it was more so it was afterwards because, like we've been saying in the predictions, we saw this coming because the last 4 episodes he been saying like, "Yo, don't." He did it with Juke. He did it with even with Famous at one point. You know what I'm saying? Like at the very beginning, like he kept seeing how crazy Ronnie was. So I knew it was going to become a boiling point, especially with Juke. So he told him, "Don't come mess with the family." I didn't even think about that it was already emotion in play, really, be until you said what you just said. I figured it was afterwards, and that's how they came up with the plan. But now that you say that, that makes a whole lot of sense because when I watched it again, and when we get to the scene, I'll explain it. But now that you said that, it makes a whole lot of sense that they, you're right. They probably had that plan from Jump Street.
Yeah, because I think that was the compromise. I think because where we left off last week was Kanan sitting across from those 3 and them saying Raq gotta go. And I think even as much as Kanan has been on his "I hate my mother" train, I don't think when it really came down to it, he could really make that call. So I think that was the compromise. I think I really do. I think that was the compromise. And just like when Retro was saying, the money, when we get to that part, but the money almost seemed like an afterthought. I think their point was if we can cripple Raq and we can just totally take her out of the game, she'll just be away from us. We'll take her work, we take her connect, and then basically we know she don't have that kind of money. Kanan would have known she don't have that kind of money.
Real, what was your thought?
I thought a really good point was just made here. I'm sitting there wondering when we get to the end, how do they both get on the same page, in terms of the kidnapping? But this totally makes sense. It totally makes sense to me, what you just said here. Yeah.
All right, Planet Paperboy, what's your thoughts?
Same as he just said. I just wanted him to get to it. I didn't even know where I was kind of lost in the beginning, but just wanted him to kind of just get through it.
Miss Honey?
I mean, what she said, it just rings. It just rings true. It settles in my spirit. Like my spirit agrees. I mean, yeah, like wow, like you're right. You're right. So in theory, right? They already had a plan going, and Ronnie, a habitual line stepper that he is, jumped the gun and shot at Raq. What the deuce? This ninja had to go. Yeah, I just wanted him to go more brutally, right? I wanted them to slap him till he cried. Right, and then take. I I wanted somebody to break him down. Like, he has menaced this entire friggin' season.
Right.
He got off easy. He got off easy.
See, Mark, that was my point too. I was confused as to why Kanan would continue to work with him after the altercation. So yeah, really B has given us insight on that. And
I was wondering why they didn't show us that. You know what I'm saying? Like, why didn't they show us Kanan finessing Ronnie? Like, what the deuce?
Finishing up your thoughts, Jack. What did you think about the scene?
You know what? I ain't really think about it honestly until really B just brought it to my attention that the play was already made and he just kind of just overstepped. He already wanted Raq gone anyway, so he probably looked at it. This is more of a reason, but I didn't never look at it like, you know, here's the play. We can't take her out because that's my mom, but we could remove her completely away from the game by getting rid of, you know, by getting her connect. So that makes sense.
I think in another life, really B was a real stepper.
Yeah.
She might still be.
Listen. We not even go down there because we already know that really be teeping out here.
Yeah, she might work for Rayful. Like she kind of knew more than what I thought she knew.
Yeah. Wait for the documentary. They're gonna tell everything in the documentary.
Really be
produced by TSF Entertainment. Produced by TSF.
I can neither confirm or deny.
Showed to know a lot. You showed to know about the life and times and the movement in these streets out here in DC.
She knows some things.
I read a lot of Donald Goings. That's it. I read a lot of Donald Goings.
Okay. I hear you.
She is a big stepper, Mark. She is. So we get over here to Snap is the female. Pop is the Pop is the female. Snap is the guy. All right, so we get over here to Pop old thirsty ass. She see Marvin.
Yo.
Can we agree? Are we in agreement that they're swingers?
Yes.
Oh, they definitely swingers. They had to be swingers.
Yes, they're swingers. They're swingers.
100%.
Miss Honey, do not come here with that hard missile, Miss Honey. Do not come here with that hard missile. No, I can't.
She likes to take a hard missile and he likes to watch. He's giving me cuckold tease.
He's definitely the watcher.
Yeah, he's
not the voyeurism of
he's
it.
definitely the watcher.
Not the voyeurism.
Yeah, he's a watcher. He has an inadequate peen. And he's
way too cool with her, like be hitting on guys right in front of him. He's like, yeah, my dick don't work anyway, so fuck. He was way too cool about that shit.
No.
Watches them mash their hot, musty muffs together.
No, what? It ain't so. Pops is too cool for that. Snaps is too cool for that.
Did you see the way he pulled that gun out?
Miss Honey, we got company.
Did you see the way he pulled that gun out on Ronnie? It was so he was like, I was like, oh, that's a flaccid peen if I've ever seen it.
Oh my god,
that's a flaccid peen. He was like, like Barney Fife. I was like, oh no.
Oh my god. I cannot.
Yeah, he's always like slightly soft, like not quite hard. And he wants a hard missile to come in.
Oh my lord!
And this is
for real.
It's Snaps the girl. Snaps is full muff. Like she's full on muff.
Pops is the woman, and Snaps.
Yeah, Pops is full on muff.
It's Wendell Pierce.
Yeah.
I like Snaps and Pop. They're like my favorite characters.
I like them too.
Old school players in the game, out the game.
And Wendell be slick talk. I mean, not Wendell. I'm keep telling him about his name. Snaps be slick talking. Yeah, I love Wendell Pierce too.
I love Wendell Pierce too, but he kind of. I mean, he wasn't giving us the same energy. I don't know. He's not. I don't feel threatened.
Where are we going?
When Marvin
could have knocked him over.
They're the ones you should be afraid of.
I don't know. When Marvin went to walk out that door and he stepped in Marvin's way, like.
Right.
You know, like
he was just trying to
let him know.
Hush. No, don't.
He was just trying to touch Marvin's ass.
He had to pull the mic back.
Nobody was feeling
Mark said, "Where are we going?"
I don't know
the
where
90. It's 92. Men had to be a lot slicker. He just wanted to touch him and just smell him. He probably.
I'm sorry, guys. I told you she was unfiltered.
That's why.
So anyway, I don't even know what we're talking about. Okay, let's go back to the scene. So in the scene,
Look at all these freaks. They're dressed alike. Marvin was like, I don't have time for this freak show.
So Marvin comes and asks where Ronnie is at. He's asking for a parlay. And pretty much he wants to resolve their conflict that they have without nobody else getting hurt. Of course, I feel like Pops, Snaps and Pop are kind of like, puppeteering a lot of the stuff that's happening, but they're trying to throw the rock and hide their hands. So they're trying to act like they're Switzerland. They're trying to act like they're not involved. But really, they're the ones that are kind of manipulating Kanan, manipulating Ronnie, or whatever the case may be. Because I feel like low key they want to take Rock out. I mean, that's just my opinion. I feel like low key they want Rock up out of here anyway. So they're just taking advantage of the situation.
That's their biggest threat, though. Is Rock. They even said it like Rock is very good.
Yeah, but they self-proclaim as being retired, and they were bank robbers, so they ain't even out here in these streets. Let them tell them. They retired.
I just think they don't like people that speak to. I've noticed a pattern. If you go to them respectfully, they seem like, if you show mutual respect. But if you go in there like, no, I'm the shit, whatever. Oh, excuse me. But if you go in there, they feel away. And I think that's why Marvin rubbed them the wrong way. I think that's why the detective rubbed them the wrong way, because they demand a certain amount of respect.
But there's no way they're out. When they had that conversation with Rock a couple episodes ago, and they told Rock that the only reason Stefano is fucking with them like that is because they haven't told him to stand down yet. There's no way they out. They might say that they out. They might say that they just the money men or whatever. There's no way that they're out. They know Rock connection with the Colombians. There's no way that they're out.
I think they were out until Ronnie came to them, and then they fronted him that money. That's what got them back in.
Right. Because they're trying to protect their investment.
Because remember, they told Ronnie straight up, like, yo, why don't you wait until, Unique got what he got going on? And he's like, nah, I don't feel like wait. So I think when that's what brought him back in. And that's what, because remember, he told Ronnie, like, yo, you took the money from us. We haven't got back our investment. So I think it was more so, you know what I'm saying? Like real, like what you were saying, like, yeah, I think that's what it is. Like they had their ear to the streets, but once they fronted Ronnie that money, they was back in the streets per se. They was back in it. Like
they were invested. I think when Rock came and kind of sunned them both, that's when he took that stance, right? Like it's for Rock. I mean, and remember when they talked to Ronnie and Kanan, they split them up, right? Like the wife talked to
Ronnie
Ronnie, and then he was left to talk to Kanan. He seems like maybe he and Kanan have a little something on the side. Really, I wouldn't be surprised if he's in Kanan's ear in lieu of Ronnie. I wouldn't be surprised if the husband had something to do with why Kanan got the idea.
I agree.
To get rid of Ronnie.
Yeah, I agree. Go ahead, Real B.
I feel like I'm somewhere in the middle. So I agree with Grown Man to an extent that I don't think they're 100% in, but I think they massage the relationship so that they can move around. So like, yeah, I think whatever relationship they had with the Italians, they have maintained it over the years, whether it's, every once in a while they do a favor for them or we do a favor. Like they've maintained that relationship to the point where they can still get on the phone and call old boy and be like, we need a favor. But I don't think they're like day to day 100% got a full operation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I gotta hop off, you guys. But thank you, everybody. Thank you for the guests that came through tonight, and I will talk to y'all later.
All right, Really B. Thank you. All right. So Marvin goes in, asks for the parlay or whatever, and of course, Pop Pop, she pretty much once again, she's kind of putting it out there like, yo, we supposed to be Switzerland and all this. And then of course Snap is like, until we're not. So I feel like your theory is correct, Miss Honey, that Snaps is kind of, like pushing the needle, whereas Pop, she just kind of want to be, maybe we don't need to get this deep into this because we finna get caught up in what's happening or what's getting ready to happen.
They're not giving us Jay-Z.
Go ahead, Trace.
Season 4. Do y'all see? Unfortunately, because we love Pop so much, and thank you for putting me on the screen. But because we love Pop so much, do you see her going in season 4?
That's a really good point. I think that they are going to be the antagonist for season 4. I think Pops and Snap is going to be the antagonist. I could see both of them going at the same time, but there could be a scenario where they go individually. That's a good point.
They have to be.
That seems to be like his rib. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like she's leverage basically.
I thought Snaps and Pop might be with the feds too initially. I don't know about now. It's interesting.
I'm lost how y'all even came to that conclusion. Like,
initially,
I didn't get that vibe.
Yeah, I didn't get that vibe either.
They were old school bank robbers. So, like you said, like when Ronnie came, he said straight up and down, they was retired. They were out the game, so they got their bread. Like,
because of how they were moving,
but
I guess based off of the way they were moving, they seemed a little suspect.
A lot of folks that was in the game.
The streets, they too deep in the game right now for them to be working with the feds. So I don't see that.
I completely disagree with
Which
that.
one is the one?
Juliana was deceiving.
Pop, Miss Honey, Pop.
Okay, Pops. Pops is more of a threat than Snaps is. I could see Pops being with the feds. I could.
Nah, I don't see that at all.
The way she hitting on dudes in front of her own dude.
Right.
That's because she's thirsty. She's thirsty. Yeah, she's just thirsty. That's all that is.
Yeah, she
I mean, it's
Remember,
dry cooch and this dry cooch.
Oh my God, Miss Honey, stop it. We got company. Go ahead.
To me, and if you know anything about the women, the female male dynamic, like women are a lot sneakier. And the way she present herself, I mean, she do kind of kowtow.
What does that got to do with her water flowing?
I'm just saying it's not about moisture. It's about the bottom dollar, right? Like, I mean,
I am so sorry, y'all.
If anybody's with the feds, it's Pops.
Fresh, go ahead and tell us about this scene right here, bro.
I don't even know what this.
Go ahead and tell us about this scene, bro, because I don't know what to do with this honey.
I gotta give myself.
I just know if you've been in the game,
go ahead,
you could be with the feds. It don't matter how long, it don't matter when you've been out, you could be with the feds.
Absolutely.
And that's a perfect example because if you think back to what's the one in Power? What's the baby daddy? Monet's baby daddy, and he used to be in the game, and now he's with the feds. So that's a perfect
Dante.
example. Yeah, Dante. Dante, Mecca. We had many names.
I mean, that's true, but I think during that time in '92, that's. I mean, they could have been with the feds, but I mean, at the same time, I don't know. Like,
the reason why I debunked that whole Fed thing
left and right around that time.
The reason why I debunked that whole Fed thing is they're connected to all the crime families in New York. They too dirty. Their hands too dirty. Their hands too dirty for them to be out here snitching on someone else and still out here, manipulating and puppeteering all the crime families.
I don't know, Mark. Xavier, I don't know how we got the moisture.
I don't know how we got a moisture.
I'm just late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah.
Was prime snitch.
It's crack era.
Yeah, it was crack era.
Crack era.
I mean, it's possible, but like Jack was saying earlier, like Snaps
what we need to see is
sure
the scenes on the cutting floor.
I can't with you with that picture you need. Oh, picture of you.
Homage. Homage. Homage.
Oh my God.
All right. What you say, retro? Okay, so we got Howard here at the mosque. Like we said in the prediction video, he's here trying to I guess forgive himself or
pray his sins away.
Pray his sins away for what he's about to do, ask for some direction and everything, which we see that none other after he finished praying, he goes straight to Rock's house. And we see
Rock.
In the prediction video again, what we say.
All right.
What are we looking at?
She cleaning up the straps.
Cleaning up the
But she gonna look good while doing it though.
I mean, this is a Melda Marcos vibe. Like this print, this cutout, this whole vibe. Her being a boss bee and cleaning her guns. I mean, she's in her castle. She's got bodyguards at the door. Finally. Right?
She had them out there last season. But they
because Lord knows everybody know where she lived at.
Yeah. The crazy part about it is you never see Rock, go into hiding. You never see Rock go on weekends.
Yeah,
she took her ass right home. Like
she too private for that.
Shot at. Like she just didn't get shot at. She went right back home. They went
right back home.
Yeah, she went right back home
for that, man.
But I didn't understand.
Right, real. I would have been in a bunker somewhere. Like you ain't seeing me.
Nah, I understand her going back home. What I didn't understand what it was like, somebody just tried to take you out. You know the game. All you got is some handguns. Like that's it. You got some brothers.
Get out of here,
You don't have no SK, AK, nothing in 92. A Uzi, something.
That was a fire Coogee sweater he had on though.
Yep.
I mean, but look at that belly. Like, what is you about to do?
Biggie.
Right.
Look at that belly. Look at that belly. I'll tickle that joker and slide in there.
Oh my
God. Anyway, Howard show up at the house. Sorry, my God, Miss Honey. I'm sorry, y'all.
She said I was around the belly.
I slide my
how do we even get here?
I don't know how we get here. Miss Honey on 10 tonight.
Oh.
Anyway,
it's Super Bowl.
Good point, Jake, because Ronnie does know where she lived at. Like he could have hit her whenever.
Yeah, he could have hit her
I
whenever.
was so disappointed with the Ronnie Rock dialogue. Like we didn't get any before he died. And he had such a hard on for her, but we didn't get any Ronnie dialogue, you guys. That's my number one disappointment with this episode. That's why I can't really give it a 10.
All right, so Howard come through and he pretty much let them know that, listen, the feds are on to us. And Rock was like, shit, are they on to me? Or are they on to you? And of course, he tried to run that con on her once again that we need to pin this on Marvin. And she had already told him one time that, listen, I ain't.
That's still the deal.
Yeah, that's still his fate right there. Well, actually, the next interaction still his fate. This right here planted the seed. Go ahead, Trace.
I'm sorry, y'all know I'm a jukebox, but when he came in here, it definitely gave me, what about me? What about me?
Right.
Wow.
It was definitely giving that vibe. How are we going to solve this together?
But you know, we learned a lot from here as far as how Howard views the whole overall situation. Rock has a way of, like, his ultimate concern was for his, Raq and Kanan's well-being and get everybody else, or whatever the case may be. He's selfish for that because he should know that Raq ain't finna roll on her fam. She ain't finna roll down. So the fact that you came in there with a solution that involved them taking the hit, you should have known Raq better than that. You know Raq is a rider, and she wasn't gonna go for that. So you should have came with a better or alternative, but you didn't even have no alternative. Your only solution to the problem is to pin this up on Marvin. After Marvin already did his bid in Elmira, you want to send him back? And you thought that Raq was going to go for that? This also should be confirmation for us because there's been so many theories out there that Raq sent Marvin away. I think it's safe to say that that Raq is loyal to her family.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm going to stand on that. I'm going to stand on business with that. Rock, like, what you talking about? Like, Rock, like, shut up. Like, just shut up. She's like, listen, you just go away. Rock be son of him for real, but he had the nerve to tell her that she and Kanan was the worst thing that happened to him. Sir, you doing what you did with a 16-year-old was the worst thing that happened to you, sir.
That part.
That's the worst thing that happened to you.
Dummy.
Yep.
I mean, he's at the end of his rope.
Yeah.
He's older than she is. Remember that. Okay. And every time we see him, he looks dejected, right? Those giant eyeballs and the ears and the head. Like, he's an old man and he needs to be saved. Like, his, you know what I'm saying, his peen doesn't work anymore, and he's tired, his career is going nowhere. And once again, you're looking for Rock to save you. Remember,
he was just
she was his
with the
CI.
prostitute last season.
Yeah, he was just sleeping with a prostitute last season. He was just
smoking her.
running down on a prostitute.
I'm trying to tell you, I know a mediocre peen when I see one.
Oh my God.
You're trying to play her. You're trying to play her. You're trying to stun her. You think she's that little girl that you groomed and you impregnated. She is not.
But you know what? Rock did give us something to think about in his scene, because she said, listen, I'm tired of all of y'all at this point. I'm tired of all y'all ninjas coming up in here saying I'm y'all problem, but yet I'm y'all solution. That was a valid point, because y'all all run to Rock.
That was a bar.
Yeah, that was a bar. Because y'all all run up on Rock and y'all run down on her. It's like, oh, everything bad happens because of me. But you over here in my place right now trying to figure out how we gonna fix this. Like, be a man and handle the situation, or step out the way and let me do my thing. So I felt Rock on that.
I don't think so, baby. I think it was not until she wanted to sell. He wanted to make whatchamacallit take the
No,
car.
she was not 18. She was not 18. She was 16.
Uh-oh. Well,
she was 16.
Can I ask a question?
She was an underage CI. So the fact that before he even did it, what he did with her, the fact that he was running an underage CI off the books, that's enough right here to say that he was doing dirty from the beginning. Because
she said
been involved with her because she was underage.
What was your question, Trees?
Oh no, and it's so I just want to ask Miss Honey, what is the age limit? Because she's like, they old and it don't work. So I'm like, when is the cutoff? When is the cutoff?
Wait, how do we get back here?
When does it become mediocre? Like,
I'm just saying, it has to do with a bunch of stuff, right? Like, how you keep yourself up and everything. Like, he's been dejected for a while. Remember, he recovered from, what was it, bone? He needed bone marrow or blood? Like, what was his particular type of CA?
Yeah, bone
like,
marrow.
Need a bone marrow.
Yeah, so I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like,
has
on
to do
top of
with
that, he
erectile
thinks he can
dysfunction?
stun her. and we've seen 3 episodes where she
That has
has
nothing to do with
sunned
ED.
him.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with ED.
Yeah,
You know what? We're gonna move on past that. We're gonna move on past that.
sorry,
So
y'all.
Famous is at the crib. Famous is at the crib. He's on the phone with the dude that Miss Shirley had hooked him up with last week. And he basically lied away for Lou, saying that Lou is on a little vacation, that when Lou get back, we'll link up or whatever. When the feds kick in the door, waving the fofo, and snatched his ass up. They snatched his ass up. His mama like, oh, no, leave my son alone. Too late. You shouldn't have took that weapon down there.
Nah, it's too late for that. That cake been baked.
They putting the icing on it right now.
Yeah.
Because once you get down there into that interrogation room, you can best believe a pinup is getting ready to happen.
You know what killed me? This is the most we've seen these two in season 3.
Yep.
Like, we saw them in the first 2 seasons, and then this is the most like we've seen them two in season 3.
But shout out to Fame. Fame was the adult in this room right here. Because his mammy was trying to tell him, tell them what you want to hear. Tell them what they want. Fame, lawyer.
Yeah.
I don't got nothing to say.
Fame don't be folding under pressure.
No, at all.
Fame
This is why he's a great friend.
Exactly. That part. Fame said, lawyer.
Very valid point.
You know what I thought, though, which was crazy? I thought at some point it was going to be Terry Silver Sr. that was going to pop in as his lawyer. I thought we was going to get that scene.
Terry Silver Sr.
If Rock knew that he was down there, absolutely. Anyway, we already talked about this, so we ain't gonna spend much time on this because we don't beat this dead horse. This horse is dead, ain't riding no more.
Oh, that wig.
But Captain Baptiste come in there and they try to run another con on him. Here we go. So it didn't work with those two idiots. So now we're gonna send Big Brass in here to try to scare him up and say, well, it could have been self-defense. So all you need to do is say it was self-defense, but tell us what we want to know about Howard. Like, sure, I don't know about no Howard. What you asking me about? Lawyer? You know what, I need a lawyer. I ain't got nothing else to say. Give me a lawyer. What's the charge? Because I got this strap for protection. And I'm like, damn, Fame, that's good. That was quick on your feet right there. That was a good line. That's what I would have read with. Yo, look, these streets out here rough. I live in the hood. I bought this up off this lady that lived across the hall from me. Her name was Palomar. I got this strap from this lady across the hall from me. Like, I got it for protection, so I ain't know nobody was on it. That's why I was in the closet at my house. I wasn't even carrying it.
Hey,
like,
Retro, you hit a nerve. I didn't even think about that. He sure enough could have put that on Palomar.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Shit, you gotta be quick on your feet when you running a while.
That part.
Real, what you thinking? Yo, what you thinking?
You don't know.
I don't know.
Fame was solid. I'm sorry. I agree with you, Mark. Fame was solid here. He couldn't have handled any better. He could not have handled the situation any better. What you think, Planet Baby Boy? What you would have done?
It's hard to say, man. It's hard to say, man. I probably would do the same that Fame did, honestly. I thought he handled it really, really well. It's probably the one time I actually had a lot of respect for him. He was smart. Well, it was smart until the end when I thought he talked a little too much, but then when he said lawyer, I'm like, all right, he's smartened up a little bit.
Yeah. And he all but told his mom, like, be quiet. Like, he all but told his mom, like, Mom, stop talking. Like,
he should have came in saying no with a lawyer, in my opinion.
Yeah. But I felt like if he would have went that way, it would have made him look more guilty. The fact that he gave him just a little bit, he defended himself, he gave a response. He gave a response to the question like, listen, this is my story. My story is I bought the strap off the streets for protection. That's what I'm sticking to. I ain't got nothing else to say to you thereafter. At this point, I need a lawyer.
Good point.
I need a lawyer. I done told you what you asked me. So what you keep pressing me for?
Therese, what was your I saw you had your hand raised.
So no, I felt, well, again, I said me and Famous's mom might have some similarities, unfortunately, because I have this argument with my boo about our son. And I'd be like, well, if you didn't do nothing, now obviously we know Fame did something. But I'm like, oh, if you didn't do nothing, you should be able to talk to the police. And he'd be like, absolutely not. Lawyer. Don't ever do it, lawyer. And I thought it was crazy because now that, I have that in my mind, when I was watching the scene, I was like, Famous mom was like, yeah, snitch, say whatever you got to do to get shorter time. And Fame was just like, no, lawyers, I appreciate him for sticking to it. But again, we all have our moments. I can't say nothing. I definitely at one point was like, oh, if you didn't do nothing, why shouldn't you talk to the police? So,
Yeah. Real, you was about to say something.
Go ahead, Real.
No, I was just say you can talk to the police with a lawyer.
Yeah.
Right.
Police could always make you trick you into saying stuff you don't want to say and then get you hooked on stuff. I always go with a lawyer.
Exactly.
They're gonna snake stuff up, even if you're guilty, just to try to pin it on you, or even if you're not guilty for it.
Exactly. Especially when your skin is dark as ours. Exactly.
Yeah.
So Luke back here talking to his counselor. Shout out to old dude right here. He was in Luke Cage. He played the police captain in Luke Cage.
Oh,
yo. Right, I love Luke Cage, yo. That was the shit.
That was him?
Yeah.
That was Captain Ragnar. He was Ragnar in Luke Cage. Yep. He got unalive by old boy from
why did he eat that? Yo,
that's the dude from Luke Cage. That's him. I don't even know what this counseling session gave us here because, obviously, Luke is still struggling. I thought that after he had that, well, let's go ahead and get to that scene because I don't even know. I'm just going to go past that. We'll talk about it when we get to that scene, when he got that extension cord. Okay, so this is set up in full motion right here. I said this is set up Full motion. This is the play right here.
Mm-hmm.
He walking down the street. Juke finally. It was good to actually see them have that moment because they haven't really had Juke and Kanan moments this season. So it was good to see them spend a little time together. And Juke pretty much told him like, "Listen, I'm finna go to the army, whatever." He like, "You crazy, yo? Like, I'm gonna die on Southside, whatever." And he did. he did. But he also made a point to let her know that he was not a part of what Ronnie had did to Raq, and he wanted Juke to get the word to Raq. So he knows that Juke has just as much of a close relationship with his mom as he does. So he wanted to use that as an opportunity to evolve himself of any part of what Ronnie had did. When Ronnie's van with his thugs pull up, or as Jukebox call them, their thugsters pull up, yoke up Kanan real quick, put his ass in the back of the van. They needed to have showed us Ty Dolla $ign one more time though. I feel like Ty Dolla $ign should have signed up for a cameo scene. Like they should have showed him as the one that was holding the weapon on Jukebox.
Yeah,
I want to see Ty.
He gave us a young Miami and just showed up for one episode.
Just a breeze through appearance real quick. Maybe they couldn't afford him no more than a cameo appearance. But shout out to Ty Dolla $ign.
For real.
Exactly. Mr. Jackal, that was my point. This part right here, I'm gonna go back real quick, retro.
Go ahead,
this
bro.
Part right here was when I knew that it was a setup because he was looking back, waiting for them.
Yeah, waiting for them to pull up.
I didn't peep it the first time I watched the episode. It wasn't until I watched it again that I saw it, and I said he kept turning around, looking at every direction, and I was like, oh, "Okay,
good call." I didn't even notice that until you said that now too. Yeah, that was good. Yeah, wow.
That's when that's exactly when I realized, like, oh, okay, it's a setup. Like, that's when I knew then it was a setup.
You're right. I thought he just thought that something was gonna happen. Like, when you have like sometimes that intuition, and like someone's like about to like something's gonna happen to you or something like that. But you're right. That's exactly what that was.
As Miss Honey referred to it in her review, is Kanan nap. I knew it was Kanan nap too when he was getting yoked up, and he said, "I know Ronnie did this. Ronnie did this. Ronnie did this. Let my mother know that Ronnie did this."
I can put you. His accent went away a little bit in this episode.
I have figured out his accent. Go ahead, hit it for me one time, Jack. I have figured out his accent. It's a combination of 50 Cent and Sylvester Stallone.
Oh my God.
You rolled up on my mother.
You rolled
up on my mother.
You gotta put the emphasis on mother.
This nigga think he making plays. He think he making plays.
Yo, Planet Paperboy, I'm so glad you don't sound like that.
Yeah, I don't, man. You gotta try hard to sound like that.
Yeah.
Well, you in upstate New York.
He's trying hard to sound like that too.
Yeah, he really is trying hard.
He had to try super hard.
Season 1, he don't sound nothing like that.
You know what? We should have put it on Planet Paperboy, Jack. We should have put it on Planet. He is a New Yorker. He's the New
You're
Yorker.
right.
Yeah, we don't talk like that though. Nah. Maybe in the 90s or late 80s or wherever this time took place, but nah, we passed that.
My mother.
My mother?
You working with my mother?
What you doing here, Fame?
I stand by the fact that Raq and Kanan have an unspoken way of communicating. I think they have a way of communicating
chewing glass.
to them that is it's like a different frequency than everybody else. Like she gives him little hints. He sends her little subtle cues. I mean, on the surface, there's the fighting that we see and that we're entertained by. Like, I think he's genuinely pissed off at her and wants her to humble herself. At the same time, I think they have a way of communicating that is just him talking to Juke is like a direct connect to Raq. It's like talking through the can with the string when he talked to Juke.
I know one thing. I stand on business with Juke. Juke was my. I love her character in OG Power. I love her character here. I stand on business with Juke. Juke, she held it together. She held it together, but she broke out
like a football coach.
She broke out and she went on ahead and got up with Marvin and got over to Raq's place to let Raq know what had happened. And Howard, he wants to avail himself of being his fatherly responsibility and say, "I'm going to go with you, help save the kid." I'm like, oh God, we got a caper now. So Marvin and Juke show up over Rock's place, let them know that he's been Kanan-napped and that Ronnie had yoked him up. Rock like, okay, word, we finna dead this. Like, shout out to Rock. She did what she needed to do to go ahead and save her son or whatever.
Right.
Listen,
And look at that good mother. Look at that good mother right there.
That's
Y'all.
a good mother. That's a good mother. That mother. That's a good mother.
Hey, she not even his mother no more. It's Rock. He even called her Rock the whole episode.
Rock mother.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yo,
She called her Rock the
good
whole
in
episode.
that suit,
Really?
man.
I'm trying to tell you that.
I feel you on that paper
Black
boy.
and gold.
Damn, yo.
Tell you, it's
That
hidden.
Versace. That, she wear that Versace. Yo.
I'm telling you,
Oh,
man.
Lord.
That kind of blows me away. I need to look
Versace.
at it again.
So we already knew that the whole family was going to get together to try to go ahead and rescue Kanan. They pull up on Snap and Pops, and of course they try to sit here and act like they don't know nothing. Where they 1/3 of looker, as you say, Miss Honey. They 1/3 of looker. 1/3 of looker, a little bit of juice, right? Drunk all the time, yo. Drunk all the time. Old school player. They're a real couple in real life.
Yep.
Yeah. I like the fact that they dress them alike, though. I don't know why, but for some reason I like that. It makes the characters stand out a little bit. It makes
they hang out way too much.
Yeah,
everybody's dressed like somebody else except Rock. Rock is the only one that's not dressed like someone
but
else.
It's usually her that be in red in the season finale. It usually be her that be in all red or whatever the case may be. I love the black and red. Yeah, she does look great in red. I love the black and red contrast throughout this episode. For some reason, I don't know what it was, but it just stood out to me. I like the black and red contrast.
Or gold.
These old players right here, you know, I don't know what's going on. But Rock asked them how much to loot for. They basically say, you know, what does Ronnie want? Ronnie wants to connect and some money. And they were like 5. Marvin like, that cruddy ass nigga want 500 bands? Like, say what?
Like, I really always land on exactly what they want when they just say 5. I know it was like 50,000 or like 5,000. I would have been like 5,000. Cool, there you go.
Okay, Rondo, I like that. Rondo says that the red represents bloodshed. I like that. Yep. That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. 5 bands. Who else thought that Snap and Pops created that number?
Me.
I do too.
I definitely think that was created by them.
I thought the fact that they knew meant they were in on it.
That's what I was thinking.
Right. Yep.
The fact that they knew and they were able to conveniently relay that message to Rock that they were part of the setup.
JSM. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, you're right. Wow, that's a good point.
They were part of the setup.
Mendices.
Yep, he sure
don't speak like that.
Mendices. I just watched an interview with him the other night.
Oh, I know some New Yorkers. A lot of them don't speak like Mendices.
Mendices, yeah. All right, so
it wasn't his mother. It was Rock. It was
mother.
Yeah, I still don't remember Rock.
Mother.
Yeah,
MUVA mother.
MUVA. Hey, she told Howard, like, Howard, look, I appreciate you on the assist or whatever. Hey, Snap told him, like, damn, you must be bad off of friends. You hanging with the police.
Right.
And I wonder why they didn't question her a little bit more about that. Like, why you got 5-0 here with us? Like,
good point.
Because you already know that Pop had already kind of, she was trying to put the pieces together about the whole DEF CON situation because she had mentioned before that, listen, we never seen DEF CON with nobody else but Rock or whatever. So I was hoping that they would have spent a little bit more time asking about Howard. Go ahead, Trace.
You just made me think about something. But in season 4, when obviously everybody learns, because everybody has seen her with Howard, and now Howard is gone, I would think that it's automatically going to go back to Rock because that's the last person they seen her with.
You know, they said she the Black Widow. She unalive every man that in her life.
They don't know Rock's name.
Yep.
Griselda.
Well, Griselda took out like 3 husbands.
Yeah, she's a Black Griselda.
She took out 3 husbands.
It was Griselda.
Yeah.
All right, so they know what their assignment is. She pretty much told Howard, like, listen, you can't roll with me on this. I'll link up with you after the fact. And then once again, he uses the opportunity. This is what sealed his fate right here. He uses the opportunity to remind her that, listen, even though we gotta go handle this business, we still got another bigger problem that we need to handle. We need to pin this on somebody. She's like, all right, but there's still a price that needs to be paid. Yep, and you finna pay it.
Monday.com is
right in front of Marvin. He disrespectful AF.
Yes, he is. I agree.
He disrespectful AF. That was so disrespectful. That's why you caught it.
Yeah.
You don't disrespect Marvin's good looks and charms and the way that he has rebounded.
Okay, Pop. Okay, Pop.
Go ahead, Miss Honey.
Go ahead, Pop. Go ahead,
It
Pop.
was disrespectful.
Chocolatey and delicious, huh, Pop?
All right, look, Marvin, Miss Honey, Marvin is a whole zaddy out here, okay?
Oh my God!
Wow.
Now here you go.
Wow.
Oh my God! Not zaddy.
He's embracing it. Oh,
Tony was very happy all the way up to the end.
Tony was very happy. She brought back Tony.
Oh wow! Oh my God!
I mean, but Marvin has really been a writer. He's been a writer. This was disrespectful as hell. The way he did this, I mean, it just made so much sense looking back, seeing where the episode ended, that she would end him. Right? Because it makes perfect sense. You're disrespectful. You think I'm still the same chick you groomed. Right? You think my family's up for fodder? You think I'm finna trade my family in for you? Ninja, I tried to kill you. Shout out to Mr. Jackal. He pointed it out in my comments. He should have known because she tried to unalive him already. But at the same time, this is hubris. Thinking more of yourself than what you really are. You really thought you was gonna finesse this shit. You really thought you was gonna finesse Raq again, and Raq finesse you. Ugh.
Yep.
Facts.
You said that with conviction. You want Howard out here.
She gave her
I can't stand the mediocre opinions. I can't.
I'm about tired of them showing us these commercials for the Army and be all you can be. We get it. Like, they keep using this opportunity to plug that Jukebox is getting ready to go away to the Army. We got it. We got it the first time when she went down there for the physical. We got it. Like, this is.
I feel like they're tricking us though.
I think she's gonna go.
You think she gonna go? Because remember she told Aisha, Aisha said you can get out of this, right? And she said I can.
The reason why I feel like she's gonna go is because ultimately the reason why she's saying she's going, we saw that in OG Power. She changed her last name. We always wanted to know what made her change her last name from Thomas to Garner. So the fact that she's saying that her family is an impediment to her future, she want to put a little distance between her. So I feel for that reason she's gonna go. That doesn't mean she's gonna stay, but I feel like she's gonna go.
At the same time, I feel like what flies in the face of your family more than you joining the ops, right? Like you joining the cops. And then also what helps your family more? You joining the cops.
Listen, that's a good point, Miss Honey. Listen, as a person who has worked in a residential treatment facility, especially for substance abuse, before I went to behavioral health, I worked in a substance abuse residential care facility for 2 years. We never let our patients roam around the facility unattended. They were on strict eye view 1-to-1. We would never let the patients roam around. But the fact that Lou was able to get into this utility closet, I thought he was looking for some rubbing alcohol. I thought so
too. I thought so too. I was like, he's not gonna drink like fucking like mouthwash.
I'm looking for some rubbing alcohol. Yeah.
I thought he left the bottle in that room.
He was looking for a little drink.
Yeah,
Right.
Listerine. Rubbing alcohol would kill him, but Listerine got. There's some areas when the alcoholic level is so high. I saw a documentary one time where there's this lady that can't buy Listerine at the Walmart because she drinks it. She can't. They won't sell it at a liquor store, so she drinks the Listerine. It's a very, it's a reason why Lil Wayne do scissor.
Xavier, we gonna even talk about lean. Xavier, go back to that comment when Raq unalived Juliana. She foreshadowed.
I want to know how.
Explain that one for us. Explain that one for us. 'Cause I'm a little lost on that one. I'm a little
I
lost on
fixed
that.
my mistakes.
But anyway, when we seen him pick up that extension cord, we already knew what he wanted to do. I'm not gonna spend too much time on that because I know that's a trigger for you, Miss Honey. So we're not gonna spend too much time on that. But I was glad to
It was
see
a good scene, though.
It was a
I
good
was glad
scene.
they showed it.
I was glad to see that. Do you think that the visit from the FBI triggered this? Because I thought he was in a good place after he had met with Rock. I thought he was in a good place
I think
after
so.
he had met with Rock. But after that visit with the FBI, he even told the counselor that all I'm going to be known for as Lou from Southside or whatever. So he doesn't see himself being any better than what he is. So you felt like that was a trigger for him to go ahead and delete himself?
Absolutely.
I just think that I think the FBI was easy work. I don't think they were ever really a threat for him. Lou's biggest demon is his guilt. He's so heavy with guilt.
With it.
And I mean, it's a point. I think it's a point that 50 wants to make and the writers want to make. I don't think any of this writing and dialogue is by happenstance. I really don't. I think he's trying to do something with raising Kanan. This scene is pivotal. And you know it's pivotal because so many people dodge the conversation. They're dodging it, right? It's uncomfortable because either you or you know somebody remotely that have been in this position. There is a place where you can get in heaviness where you think this is a better option. It's uncomfortable. But it's true. Think about the things that he has done. Looking into the face of people that he looked out for, he cared for, and he ended them. Right? He's
good point, Miss
wearing
Honey.
this.
What was you about to say, Treese?
Go ahead, Treese.
No, I was just and great points, Miss Honey. I was just gonna say that basically I feel like, and y'all know I don't really have this soft spot for Lou, even though they say he's a Pisces. But the point is that I just think he's been soft the whole season. So I don't think it was necessarily the cops. I think it could have been anything that would have been brought to him, and it would have put him in that space because he's just so damn emotional. That's why I felt. I mean, it was sad, but I just think that anything could have triggered him because he's just so fragile right now.
That's true, but we also saw him that he was on the mend to recovery. So I'm just wondering what made him backslide. I'm just wondering what caused him to. Yeah.
I mean, oftentimes people seem better before they move to this place. Right. And
maybe this is what he needed to happen to realize that I need to move forward. So maybe the self-reflection of it in the mirror.
That mirror was everything. That mirror saved his life.
That was a powerful scene. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So Lou didn't delete himself. Damn it.
Damn it.
Damn it.
What we talking about?
I mean, but if we lose fame, because we might lose fame, what point do we have with Lou? Like,
hold on a minute. I want to hit Xavier's comment real quick. She says she always fix my mistakes. I always go back. It's why I think she wanted to take out Howard from the beginning to punish Kanan. But keep in mind, she wanted to delete Howard in season 1. So that's always been in the back of her mind. That's always been in the back of her mind that she need to get him out the way.
He was a liability. He knew
he was a liability.
He knew too much.
Yeah.
He was a loose end. Like with that being the father with all the family issues that all the family ongoing crime organization that he knew about, everything that he assisted, it was just way too much. And he wasn't gonna go down for nobody. He was like, it was pretty much sink or swim for him. And he was willing to throw anybody into that water as long as he don't sink.
Good point. All right, so I feel like Pop pretty much gave Rock this idea to go to Stefano for help. When she dropped that nugget to him that he liked chocolate women, she knew automatically that she could use that to her advantage. That's why she went over there and got that money up out of him. She went over there and finessed him a little bit. She finessed him a little bit. She knew that she can go over there and get that $500. Damn, Rock. He didn't even let him smell it yet, and he gave her 500 bands. Damn, Rock.
I mean, well, no comment.
How much you think?
Sitting there looking like a ghost, and she's popping fantastic. So I mean, it's a no-brainer. Give it a 5K.
How much y'all think that tax gonna be? 100K?
Oh yeah, he definitely added points
The
on
tax.
the
The tax. Yeah, she got to pay the
Rock
tax.
taking that money straight back. She was like, I don't want that big.
Right, she taking that money straight back. I don't need these taxes, right? She taking that money straight back.
Don't mess with my 401k.
When I realized Rock had the money, she didn't have it.
She didn't have it liquid. Yeah, she didn't have
Yeah,
it
she
liquid.
didn't have it in liquid cash because remember she said she got that house and she bought that storefront, so she ain't have it in liquid cash. So that's why she had to go to him to get that cash in the first place.
All right, so Rock got her new whip. She in the Forerunner now. She in the Forerunner.
I thought that was a Land Cruiser.
It might be a Land Cruiser. It might be a Land Cruiser. But it looked like a.
out yet? Because I feel like she's.
It looked like a Forerunner or a FJ Cruiser. It looked like a Toyota FJ Cruiser.
Like,
the roof rails for me. It's the roof rails.
The Land Cruiser was the big one. The Forerunner was small.
Yeah. Yep. So they pull up to the spot or whatever. Shout out to Marvin. Marvin doing his recon or whatever. I like the fact that they held Marvin back. They Marvin back because they need to have a backup plan just in case.
I like the fact they removed the snacks.
Yep. All right. So Howard and Rock, they go in. They get searched or whatever, and we get to the scene that we've been waiting for. Am I the only one that was disappointed in this?
The scene?
Yeah.
I saw it coming.
That part, yes, but I wanted to get more out of it. I wanted to get the backstory. Of why he had this visceral hatred towards Rock. I really wanted to get that out, especially when he realized that Howard was Kanan's father.
Right.
I really wanted him to address some things.
But I've told y'all the reason why.
Scantless ass.
Nobody
ass.
listened. I told y'all why. Nobody listened though. Like everybody thought it was the whole
and I still do.
Ronnie and Def Con whole lover situation, when it was more so really it was the simple fact that if you saw in season 1, High Post and I think it was it High Post and Ronnie, they had that agreement.
No, High Post and it was High Post and Ronnie. Yeah, High Post and Ronnie.
Yeah, High Post and Ronnie had an agreement where it was supposed to be, they had the whole agreement. So Rock broke that agreement. So from right there, from jump, that's the hatred because
I get it.
Agreement.
And ultimately, that's probably the backstory. But you can't deny the fact. That they planted the seed for us to latch on to that theory. Because when Pop confronted Ronnie and asked Ronnie had he ever been with a woman,
right?
And the fact that they had never seen DEF CON with nobody but Rock, and the fact that when they showed Ronnie up there in the club and he didn't want the women pressing on him, they planted the seed for us to feel like Ronnie might be left-handed too. Whatever. Not that it matters.
Wasn't he about to get ready to smoke Juliana boots though?
Nah, he didn't even open his mouth. He didn't even open his mouth when Juliana was kissing on him. He didn't even open his mouth. What are you talking about, yo? No.
I thought he was about to get ready to smoke.
He wasn't knocking no boots. He was just sitting there stiff.
Yeah, he wasn't knocking no
boots. Don't touch me.
Juliana was kissing concrete lips. I do want to see. I wish they would
kissing a brick wall.
I wish they would give us some of the cutting room floor stuff because I do think they set up several different scenarios, and this is the scenario they went with. You can kind of see it. This scene is kind of flat. It really doesn't have as much panache. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have as much panache and snazz as the previous episodes. I mean, Rock's shooting had more panache than this scene, but I think it probably was an option. It was an option. I think it's on the cutting room floor now. It's not up for discussion. But this is the first time we're seeing Rock and Ronnie together, you guys.
That's why I felt like we needed to get more out of this. This is why I felt like we needed more out of this. And Ronnie may or may not have been left-handed, and maybe he was just weird. But the writers, they gave us more to think about with his character because they made more than one opportunity to show us that he was not comfortable with women. So they planted the seed of doubt. But they should have known. They should have known something was up where they didn't see Kanan was bound or gagged or anything. Like you kidnapped, but you sitting back here at the cut chilling.
Right.
Like Raq and Kanan should have went up. Like something don't feel right about this situation right here.
Exactly.
But Ronnie
I
revealed.
think Marcus's point is valid, but at the same time, I do think they've shot all the scenarios. I do think they watched the reviews. I think it doesn't matter how the numbers. I think they watched the reviews. They watch more importantly the comment. Right. I think they shot that. I think they shot the scenario about him possibly being gay. I think they shot the scenario possibly about him being breezed. And ultimately they came up with the unique idea. They decided to go with that, which I'm super happy with. Because he's hot, unique. Joey Badass is hot, right? But I do think it's all on. I wish we could get in retro. This could be a little homework for you. I wish we could get some cutting room floor stuff. Like, what were some of the things they didn't go with? I would love to see that. I bet you if all of those cuts speak to each and every one of us of our predictions and our thoughts about the show.
Ain't no way Ronnie wasn't left-handed.
Thank you, Real.
Ain't no way.
I don't shoot, honey.
Juliana
so
had her hand on his thigh.
Yeah.
Hey, Real. Real. What did she say? Make me feel good, right? Did she say make her feel good?
He told the man make her feel good, and he's sitting there like she was trying to put some cough medicine in his mouth.
I want it.
That man was double left-handed.
I knew you were gonna say that, Real, because you said it in your review.
Double left-handed. Double.
All right. So Ronnie pretty much reveals to Raq that he wants the connect and the business, and he didn't even want the money. He wanted, but isn't that what you in business for the money? But I guess I digress. Ronnie just wanted the street cred, I guess. And he was like, that's when they revealed that Kanan was part of the setup, and she looking at him like, huh? What I would have liked to see, who masterminded. I really would have liked to have seen the mastermind because they're leaving us with thinking that Kanan masterminded all this. I would have loved to have seen Raq been in on this too.
Yep.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Well, Kanan set his mama up or whatever. When she threw that bag down, and he told Ronnie, "You good? You can check it out." I said, "Yep, he up out of here.
Mm-hmm.
He up out of here. Delete it."
I feel like they were together.
Water turned off. Give him a headshot, but you should have did like your mama told you. Your mama trained you to give him 2 to the chest and 1 way he used to think. You didn't follow instructions, Kanan, but you got the job done this time. But remember, 2 to the chest, 1 way he used to think. But
like the way Ronnie holding the gun is bothering me. Like he's definitely,
the Wranglers throw it off.
The Dungaroos.
He doesn't have his
the range.
He doesn't have his good luck jacket on. This is the first time we don't see him in his good luck jacket. Either.
The used joints, the damaged jeans, whatever.
That Timex is what pisses me off.
This is the first time if y'all looked at the prediction video, y'all will also see this is the first time we actually see that Ronnie changed. He ain't have on the same coat he had on with him. He ain't have on the same clothes, so he changed. But exactly, Mark, member only jacket. He doesn't
have his big boy jacket on.
He got on the member only jacket this time. But yeah, I saw it coming. I'm with Retro. I saw it coming. As soon as he said that,
and them Reebok classics.
I saw it coming. I was like, "Yep, he gone. It's a wrap.
Out of here. Deleted.
He's out of here."
Okay, so question: do you think you saw it coming because of how it was set up in this scene, or did it feel familiar because we see Tariq run a lot of capers. Like this was a Tariq caper.
It was. You know what? I
Good point,
wasn't gonna do it this episode because I know y'all probably get tired of me doing the parallels between OG Power and the spinoffs, but this is exactly what Tariq did with the Italians. Remember when he set that caper up where Ghost and Tommy would pay the ransom for him, and it wasn't even really a ransom. So it reminded me of that.
What's he?
But who else knew that this was going to be Howard's goodbye scene? Right
I did not know.
I did too, Jack.
That part I didn't peep.
I did too, Jack. I peeped it too. Go ahead, talk about it.
I loved it, but I didn't know.
Right.
I thought it was a waste. Now no one's gonna know about Burke.
To be honest, it wasn't nothing left for Howard. To be completely honest, so like when Rock picked up that gun, I kind of saw the writing on the wall. He had to be dismissed. He had to be removed from the situation because if he didn't, he was gonna find somehow, some way to pin this on Marv to save him, not necessarily to save Raq and Kanan necessarily. That's
whether
a part
Rock
of it.
wanted it or not, he was gonna do it. Right.
Right. Whether Rock wanted it or not, she knows how Marvin moved. And on top of that, it was already like the assignment was already blown when Kanan had tried it the first time. Howard is a problem. So yeah, it was done. We've been saying like was episode 2 that either Howard was gonna get arrested or Howard was out of here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just kind of so that just kind of confirmed it, whichever way it was gonna go.
We knew he was done for.
We knew he was done for. We knew his days was numbered. And he had no other purpose. He lost his job. I just
see it in this episode.
He had no other purpose.
It shocked me.
Once again, Jacob Jordan's brutal honesty is it's cutting and a turn on at the same time. Like, you're absolutely right.
I don't want to spend too much time on this, but I think we'll save this for our power roundtable. Whenever we come back next week and do our power roundtable. But I will say this: how do you think Kanan is going to respond to Rock unaliving his father? We saw him struggle with this. We saw him struggle with this already, so I don't want a repeat of this. But how do you think Kanan is going to settle into this?
She needs to be up. She needs to be up front.
That part, Jack,
and tell him exactly what is going on.
Why she had to do it.
Exactly, or why she had to do it, because that's the part that's missing from their relationship, is because he always feels as though she's lying to him. She needs to be upfront and say, listen, if I didn't do this, he was going to bring down the whole family. We all was going to go. Me, you, your Uncle Marvin, Lou, he was going to bring down the whole thing.
You're right, Mr. Mark. He might move past it. What you say, Real?
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be much of an issue at all. It's not like Kanan was trying to establish a relationship with him, trying to learn about their background or nothing. I think it's going to be moved past real quickly. In fact, I think the ending couldn't have happened to two more deserving people, Ronnie and Howard. Both of them was on that path of destruction, and I think they both got what they deserved. Rest in peace, both of y'all.
PIH.
I don't know about Ronnie.
Ain't no R.I.P. PIH. Burning hell. Both
y'all are brutal.
Yeah.
Nah, Ronnie.
I'm with y'all. They had to go.
I'm with you, but it's still. I mean, Tough Titty said the kitty, but the milk tastes good, right? Like,
what?
Yeah, it's brutal.
Miss Honey, you dropping bars over here.
No, I'm just saying it's brutal, but it's true. Like, you both are speaking truth. Like, it's for real. Like, if you gonna be for real, be for real.
Look,
Like,
even the chat was saying deuces.
Yeah.
Y'all up out of here. We tired of you. We can't afford you anymore, Omar Epps. We can't afford you. We need to make room in the budget for new characters. We can't afford
fairs loving basketball.
Yeah, right. We can't afford you anymore.
And he's a chronic complainer.
And a chronic set somebody else up for the mark. Nah, we ain't pinning no more charges, Howard.
I can't wait to hear the conversation at the precinct about this, though. Like, I'm really looking forward to
Do y'all
that.
think this is going to dead the investigation? Because they can wrap this up in a nice bow. They can wrap this up in a nice bow, and they can pin everything on Howard. Does it wrap up the investigation?
Nope.
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why it's not. It's not because Raq took the gun that Ronnie had.
She should have left the weapon behind.
Should have left it behind. But even still, even if she left it behind, you got to look at. They're going to look at the point of where both of them got unalived at. Ronnie got unalived in the back of the head. Detective Howard got unalived on the side of the head.
Yep.
So this is not stopping their investigation. They're going to dig into more of who unalived them because of the entry points. Now, if it was just straight chest shots, you got a case there. But these is dome shots, so they're going to be looking like, okay, the CSI is going to come out and be like, wait a minute, he got hit in the back of the head, so somebody was behind him. Howard got hit on the side of the head, which is kind of crazy because, I mean, not how Bert got unalived on the side of the head. So
basically, they're going to know that someone else was there. But the reason why I feel like it bundles up the case is because they're going to connect Howard to organized crime. So they're just going to write it off as that, it was a hit out for him.
Yeah, gang shooting or something like that. Yep.
Yeah. All right. So Raq looked to Marvin. Marvin came in and cleaned up the rest of the mess. Marvin came through clutch, Miss Honey. Marvin came through clutch, cleaned up the rest of the mess. Raq looked at Kanan like, come on, you going with us. And she'll assert her authority over him. Yeah, they're going to definitely have questions about all these bodies here. So, yeah, they're going to have some questions about that now that I think about it. When I see them spread out like this, yeah, they're going to have some questions. Yeah. They're going to pin that on poor Marvin.
Yeah, like Reservoir Dogs.
Everybody need a Marvin on their team. We got a Marvin on our team.
Okay. I love them knock knees. Them knock knees give me everything.
Oh, my God, Miss Honey, we got a Marvin on our team. Everybody need a Marvin on their team. Marvin came through clutch.
Veronica, it's not going to make a difference even if you plant that gun. Gun need to stay there.
Yeah, that gun
is here when I knew somebody.
That weapon needed to stay there. All the weapons need to stay there, right?
I mean, hopefully she won't put it in a shoebox.
It seems like she would have been smart enough to tell Kanan to get rid of his weapon too, but Kanan put his weapon back in his waist. Like, bruh.
She probably will later on.
Yep. All right, so they got that money. Yo, when I see the black Tims, like I was thinking the same thing. And the crazy part about it is I was wearing my black Tims yesterday.
The black Tims.
When I see the black Tims walk up, I said, "Unique."
I can admit,
I
was
dated
wrong.
a set of black Tims.
I knew it.
I
knew
it. I said, my man Neek is here.
Neek is here.
Dirty boy. You're dirty boy.
Day one.
But knowing the interview now, I know that in a sense I was right.
What's up with some of the internet thinking that this isn't unique? They're like, if it's unique, if unique is Breeze, I'm like, this
oh my
is
God.
Joey
I don't even want to go down a rabbit hole. We'll save that next week for the power
this is
round.
Joey Bars. Look at
I'm
them.
sorry. Is unique Breeze or not?
Nope.
Yeah.
No.
Look at this
No.
dude.
I think he's going to be working
No.
for Breeze. He's going to be working for Breeze.
Nope. He's not even
Unique
working
is
for
not
Breeze.
Breeze.
Unique is not
First
Breeze.
of all, you're not gonna pivot like this. It's not healthy for you.
I think it's going to be
Not
working for
healthy for
Breeze.
you.
You
It's
thought
not.
Ronnie was Breeze.
Listen, I had my doubts. I did. And I did put my episode analysis. I did talk about like it was feeling like it, but not really, but no. I wasn't sure. But at the same time, go back. Remember, before Unique passed away, I said, y'all looking for Breeze. Here he is. I always thought Unique would make a great Breeze because how he was working with the Asians and how he was finessing everything and just how he was handling everything. It felt very breezy from what we knew about Breezy.
Nah, Jay,
From
you
what
can't
we
be
knew
Breeze.
about
I'm Breeze. I'm Breeze. Planet Paperboy is Breeze.
Breeze.
We're gonna send Planet Paperboy to the casting call. Listen, you
real.
in New York. You need to be at every casting call. You need to be at every casting call, Planet Paperboy. You Breeze.
For real. I wish. For real. That'd be awesome.
You Breeze. Yo,
Okay, really?
what are they gonna do with this character? I had came to the resolution that Unique was gone. I didn't like the fact that Ronnie had to be the one to do it, just like I didn't like the fact that Tariq took out Ghost. But I got past it. I got past us not having a character Unique. What do we need him for going forward?
Okay, so to backtrack real quick, the reason why I don't feel that he is Breeze is because, for one, he already knew that Rock didn't want Kanan in the game. So if he becomes Breeze and tries to school Kanan, like that's you know what I'm saying? Like he already knew that Rock didn't want Kanan in the game. So what would be the point of him to be Breeze to school him to the game? But I think going forward, I think he is going to be some type of, I don't know, like it's hard because I read the interview from the writer of the show and he's saying it's going to be a different Unique. I don't know where it's going to be. And then you got to remember that in OG Power, they said that Unique was somebody who did the same thing over and over and over again. So, I mean, with this line in his head, clearly that he's had his head bashed in. He got stitches or something. He got half his eye open. He got the other eye open. Like,
I
I
think
don't
that
think this is Breeze at all.
I agree. I agree with that theory, and I want to just add a little bit to that. I'll say that in OG Power, when they described Breeze, I would have felt like Kanan would have said Breeze used to be Unique, but then he turned into Breeze or whatever. I feel like we would have gotten a backstory in OG Power about this character turning into a Breeze. But here, I'm gonna throw one out at you, and I'm gonna let the rest of the panel speak. I'm gonna throw one at y'all. What if Unique becomes the new Ronnie?
That's possible.
We're gonna get a different, crazy version. What if we get the new Ronnie in Unique?
That's possible.
All right, panel, sound off. What y'all got?
I agree.
You mean for season 4?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think they're going to have too much to deal with Snaps and Pop for season 4. Unless he connecting with Snaps and Pop somehow. I don't know. I think Unique might be in the background. I don't know about the whole Breeze connection, but I don't see him being the next Ronnie though.
Do you think he's Breeze?
I don't think so, but I don't know enough to put that together like, folks are putting that together. I don't think so.
I agree. All right, Tree, sound off because it's your boy right here. So I'm gonna give you your time to shine. This is your boy right here.
So I'm gonna have to. I think Real made good points. I don't know. I mean, obviously, we share stuff in the background. I think that next season is gonna be more focused on like how we got him back, right? And then writing that storyline. But I'm kind of with Real, like as far as like the rest of the storyline continuing, I'm not really sure what Meek is gonna do. But it's okay. We here for him and we support it. So
Facts.
I don't think that Unique is Breeze either. I just Plain Paper Boy, what's your thoughts?
Although when I saw him, it was dope because I knew that he wasn't gone, but I don't understand why they brought him back the way they did. In my opinion, I would have maybe had him not know who would have killed him. So at least when he came back, he could have been like, they could have been like convincing him that his brother killed him. Like, nah, my brother would never do that. And they could have like kind of played that whole revenge kind of thing with him and Rock because they already had like sex or whatever. So they could have played that whole romance dynamic, them going back and forth. But him knowing that Ronnie did it, I don't know why he would be mad. I don't know. It's just weird how they brought him back. I don't know what he would do now at this point.
Miss Honey, I already know what your thoughts are, but go ahead.
So I think Breeze is 50 Cent. I don't think Kanan is 50 Cent. I think Breeze is ultimately 50 Cent. And so that's why I think that Unique is Breeze, right? Because I think through Breeze, 50 Cent himself is projecting, right? Like none of us have taken a metal pipe to the head, right? And crawled out of a ditch and survived being, brained by our brother. right? Like we don't know what that recovery looks like. We don't know how that changes a person being bashed about the face and the forehead. I mean, clearly he's lost the eye. He's one big eye, one little eye, and he's got this scar. Like he's probably been watching them for a minute. Shout out to Mr. Jackal who kind of pulled it out of me. I think he's been watching for a while. Like they've been 2-weeking us. 2 weeks. They've been dropping this 2-week dialogue. It was 2 weeks ago. It was 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks. So in theory, he's been gone like a month and a half, really. For the last 2 weeks, month of recovery, the last 2 weeks, he could have been watching the whole thing unfold. Like it is the way they're setting it up, he would be the perfect Breeze. And again, none of us taking a metal pipe to the head. He could be a completely different person. We are thinking about unique. He's got unique space. It don't mean that he's unique anymore. And that is to me is just a world of opportunity for season 4.
Well, we do know he's not the same unique.
Yeah, we know he's not gonna be the same unique. Where my girl at? My girl right here, Jay. Jay, you be on point. Mac Wild, I have said this since last season. I've said this since season 1. I wanted to see Mac Wiles in this installment of Power. I loved him in The Wire. He was great as Michael. He would be the perfect Breeze. He would be the perfect character to play Breeze. And the fact that we're getting people, cast members from The Wire in this installment of Power is just, we've gotten Chris, aka RSJ.
Yep.
We have gotten Wendell Pierce, aka Snaps. It would be a perfect transition.
Yep.
Like either him or Bodie. Him or
We
Bodie.
also got the D'Angelo Barksdale too at one point.
Breeze would be the perfect Breeze. Okay.
I just know if they bring Unique back, it would be great to see him in some more of those Dapper Dan outfits from the 90s back in the day.
Them outfits was fly, them coats.
Yeah.
Custom Dapper Dans, but you know, he don't look like he gonna be in no Dapper Dans now the way he looking constructed.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna dress like that anymore.
Nah.
I think that's done. I'm about to send Planet Paperboy down to the leather closet and get me one of them coats. I need one of them coats. I be looking at him all the time on IG. Yo, I want me one of them coats. I love my coats.
The Queen spot or the Manhattan spot?
I don't care either one.
I'm familiar. I'm up here.
All right, but I'm going to send you down there too. Then
another reason why I don't think Unique is Breeze, because remember, I can't think of her name. Courtney Kemp said that Breeze was a character that we've never seen before. So
yeah, they've teased that a lot. That
so it's got to be somebody that we
are retconning. They are retconning because in this interview we saw that they had to pretty much rewrite season 4 because of Unique's return. So things are being a little retcon over here. So it could possibly be someone that we have met before. But to me, I don't see how that would benefit the story, reinventing another person. Like, I don't think that would give us the level of interest in Breeze if it's a character that we've already known. To me, I feel like we would be disinterested in Breeze's character if that be the case.
Nah, because remember how everybody got interested in Ronnie this season.
Yeah, but he wasn't introduced as one character and turned into another. To me, that's just a waste.
Oh well, I mean, in that point, I mean, but I think that I don't think it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be Unique. I think it's going to be somebody like they said.
I mean, but we don't know this person.
Yeah, it's going to be somebody we've never seen before. Like Sasha Penn said in the interview with People Magazine, this Unique is going to be different. But I still think it's going to be somebody we never, ever seen before because
you heard it here first. You heard it here first.
You heard it here first. Look how we just got Ronnie this season. We just got Ronnie for the first season. A lot of people mad that he got unalive, but he was needed for this season to move the story.
The purpose of Ronnie was to develop Kanan's character. We needed to see Kanan take a body out. We needed to see Kanan become more aggressive. We needed Kanan to see that. We needed to see Kanan stand up to someone like Ronnie to get that I'm about that life, Kanan. That's the whole purpose of Ronnie. But you heard it here first. I feel like Raq is going to have to be the one to take out this new version of Unique. I think this new version of Unique is going to be a problem. He might not start out as a problem, but I think he's going to turn into a problem because I think some is not tight up here, is loose up here now. So I think this new version of Unique is going to be very erratic. He's going to be very out of control. He's going to be violent. So I think that this new version of Unique is not going to be anything like we remembered. So I agree that we're going to get a different version of Unique, but he's still going to be unique. And I think it's going to be Raq that's going to have to drop him.
Veronica, you make
head
a perfect point
injuries
because
are
Kanan in high
unpredictable.
school. So if we ain't got to Tom and Kanan, Ghost and Angela, they went to
we ain't getting to no breeze, right?
Then we ain't getting to no breeze because Kanan in high school now. So,
but I kind of agree with Miss Honey. I don't think we're going to get much of a time jump in season 4 because of the whole situation with Fame. Had they released Fame, if they would have released Fame from police custody, then we could have moved the story forward. But Raising Kanan is really good about picking up on the events that happened in the previous season. They don't really fast forward the storyline much.
Yeah.
So if they do, it'll probably be another 2-week jump or whatever the case may be, because we get to see how Fame gets out of the situation that he's in. So they can't accelerate time too much. So I still think that this is going to be Kanan's last year in high school, maybe. And then we'll get a fast forward at the end. Maybe we'll get a fast forward at the end of season 4.
Yeah, Rondo, you got to remember he was only slim to Tariq,
and for a purpose.
For a
purpose, because he needed to hide the Kanan identity from Ghost.
Yep,
he didn't want Ghost to know that he was still alive, so that's why he became slim. All right, real quick, we're gonna go ahead and wrap up, but let's go ahead and give the panel a chance to go ahead and give their final thoughts on the season. What we want to do is we got to coordinate with everybody's schedule. But next week, we want to try to set up a live to do a power roundtable. Let's talk about the season, what we like, what we didn't like, what our greatest moments were. Let's do a top 5, maybe a top 10 moments of the season, whatever. So I don't want to spend too much time talking about the overall season, but what were your thoughts on the season finale? What could have been done better, or what y'all would have liked to see? And then we're going to wrap up.
Best season this far, hands down.
Agreed.
My favorite season too.
I'm gonna say, coming in new as a newbie to the Raising Kanan family, out of all the Power franchise, I have to say what it is. I'm not gonna say it's better than the Power, but y'all, I'm still a little salty at Tariq. But Raising Kanan is definitely
me and you on point.
Right. I'm still a little salty with Tariq, but Raising Kanan has definitely, like, I don't want to put it above Power, but if it wasn't for Tariq doing that, I think it's my favorite. It gets straight into the point, and I like how they just get to the storyline. It's not too much. I really liked it. I'm here for it.
Yeah, I agree. Growing up in that time period, being in late teens, early 20s, and that's my era. I think they have captured it very well. Everything. I mean, just the scene in New York at that time. The clothing, the talk, the jewelry, the scenario, just everything, the drug trade. I think it was really good. I think the cast is much better than Force and Ghost.
Yes, God.
I love Ghost. I love Force. I love Power, but it's just something about Raising Kanan that just kind of hits home for me.
Because the acting is good.
It's authentic. It takes me back to New York undercover days. It takes me back to New York undercover days.
21 Jump
It's a perfect
Street.
depiction of New York in the 90s. It's a perfect characterization of what we would expect to watch the show like that in that time.
I think it's also because it's a flashback. Like Force and Book 2 are like
moving forward.
They're like
almost futuristic, especially with Ghost
Power. Yeah, they're just like the additions of the OG Power. So it's like we're just watching newer episodes of the OG Power where Raising Kanan is taking us all the way back to
the beginning.
It up. But I think it's more so it's the what you call it, nostalgia, because that's why I love Raising Kanan. Because like I said, seeing Lou drive around that in that Accurate Legend, that's That's a dream car right there. So
Yeah,
that's
me and
man,
Fresh gonna get our accolades.
I'm gonna get me one. But every time I see it, it's just nostalgia for Raising Kanan for me.
Yes, guys, in the chat, I agree with you all. It's not better than OG Power, but for the story that they're trying to tell, for the time that they're trying to tell, it is. Because after season 4 of Power, it started getting a little bit frustrating for us because of where they were going with the writing. I don't like what they did with Tasha's character. I don't like what they did with Tariq's character. If they would have wrapped up that show better with Tasha and Tariq's character arc, then Power would be the GOAT all the way. Power is what's got us to where we are right now. So for that, it's always going to wear the crown jewel of the Power universe. However, in this era, in this time, in this day and time, it's the flagship right now because we're not this excited about Force. We don't get this excited about Book 2 or whatever. Book 2 is only good because of its star power that it has. It's the new version of Empire. It's the new version of Empire.
The last season was good though, bro. You got
the last season was good. It was good, but I need them to. It's a little unrealistic. I don't know who said that. I don't know if it was Planet Paperboy Real. Somebody I was talking to earlier today said
it is unrealistic. It is, but
it's getting a little unrealistic, especially with Tariq always coming out on top. So I like the fact how they ended Ghost with Tariq being up against a wall because it's time for him to be faced with the challenges based off of his own decision making. So I think for that reason, right there, it's all good for me. I mean, Raising Kanan is the best for me, you know. Especially for us because we like that 90s feel. You know, we still try to incorporate that in our wardrobe. We still try to incorporate that in our sneaker collection or whatever. So the fact that we can go tap back into the teenage years, being in high school in 1995 or whatever, it just makes me feel connected to an important part of my life.
I hope so too, Black Clips. Watch us. Matter of fact, Demo, tell them folks, holla at us.
I already told Demo got an assignment. Demo's supposed to be sending us those Raising Kanan hats and hoodies. Demo, I'm gonna hit your DM after this because I need that Raising Kanan gear to represent. Listen,
don't lose your good job, Demo. Don't lose your good job.
I didn't say he had to go steal it. I didn't say he had to go steal it. I didn't say he had to go steal it. I'm gonna pay for it.
No, don't steal it, but don't let them. Don't let them. You know what I'm saying? Don't let these.
Hey, but shout out that Demo made it out this season, though. Demo made it out this season, yo. I thought, I was a little worried about Demo, but I really want to see more Marvin and Demo capers because I really like that. That's like a little side Grand Theft Auto side mission with Marvin and Demo.
Demo is the one
James, we don't know.
Demo is
Jimmy
the one
Jones.
that dropped Rock's name. Remember?
I want to say it's Pernessa. Me and Really were talking about this earlier. We were talking about this earlier. We felt like Pernessa was going over there and getting stuff. Because she kept going back over there. I feel like Pernessa may have been, caring for him. Maybe he was hiding out over at her mama's house or whatever. They're gonna show us. They're gonna show us.
Yeah. I feel like those first 2 episodes of season 4, we're gonna get that. We're gonna get that backstory.
We're gonna get all our answers.
Yeah, we're gonna get that backstory.
All right, so real quick, let's go ahead and wrap up. First of all, make sure everyone is following Grown Man Talking with Real. Y'all go ahead and drop y'all links to y'all YouTube channels in the comments so everyone can go ahead and follow y'all channels. Y'all, this is a part of the TSF extended family. Y'all gonna see more of them on the channel. We're gonna get together and do a power roundtable. So y'all make sure y'all plug y'all social media and plug y'all channels in so we can get everyone to follow you guys. Tell them what y'all got going on. What shows y'all reviewing?
Are we taking turns or I can go first.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so it's Shade in the City, as it's spelled on the shirt. Do it in the YouTube, Shade in the City. But no, just want to thank you guys for bringing us on your platform. We absolutely love you guys. We definitely need to be in the writer's room, especially y'all. But and I just, I'm happy that I came into the whole Raising Kanan family and just Power universe. And yes, Shade in the City does many things. So we're doing Real Housewives, we're doing Love and Marriage DC, Huntsville, all the tea. and all the good stuff. But this is one of my favorites because we actually get to break down the storyline and the script where it's not so much reality. So I actually really enjoy doing this. This is probably one of my favorite things to do on YouTube. But yes, so thank you guys.
Hey, Trees.
Please follow and subscribe.
Hey, Trees, can you explain to us the significance of the unique picture?
So y'all know. Okay, so what happened was when we was doing Raising Kanan and when we lost Unique, I was so hurt. So it actually has dates on it, if you can see, because we thought he was gone. And I saw this. So this is how passionate I am about this show. I saw it on YouTube or like Instagram or something, and I screenshotted it and took it to CVS and printed it out and put it in the frame because I love Joey good looking ass just that much.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Real, you up next, bro. Tell about what you got going on your channel.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still kind of new to being a YouTuber. You know, I watch a lot of these shows, a lot of crime shows. And so I just kind of recap. I drink as I do my recaps. I put a little humor in my recap. So I'm just trying to wrap up the season. I will be doing Ghost, and I have some out there with Force and some other items out there, The Shy. So, you know, just check my recaps. I appreciate being on the show tonight. I appreciate what y'all do. Thank you. Appreciate being part of the extended family and looking forward to connecting with y'all and vibing more.
Is anyone, Teresa, are y'all doing BMF? Is anyone else doing BMF?
We're going to do the subscribers demanded BMF. So I literally started watching it last night after I watched this.
Okay. Miss Honey, go ahead and tell them about what you got going on your channel.
So most of you guys know me already, Miss Honey. You guys know I do show reviews, and it really is just about what I feel. I just have to put my feelings out there more. I'm kind of under construction right now, but you guys, I found out I'm not monetized. Completely happenstance. Obviously, I'm filthy rich, so I didn't notice. But
that's our goal for 2024 to get all these channels monetized. We're gonna get that is our goal. We're gonna get these subscribers up, and we're gonna get this.
Speak it into existence, sir.
Yes,
it's monetized for a long time. I mean, I got my car note, you know, pretty much every month, but for some reason they changed the rules. But it's fine, whatever. The goal is to put more content out and to get more exposure. That really is the currency right now. Just is to put as much content out as possible. So you guys check my channel out. What I'm known for is going in a little deeper, like let's talk about it, right? And what I appreciate is the subscribers, the people in this chat, the people in the comments that really, you guys, that give me just like a different perspective to think about things, because all sense is not in one head. Like, I really enjoy being a part of this community. Like, you guys have just really broadened my mind. This is my favorite leg of the franchise. Believe it or not, the original Power is not. And a lot of people talk about maybe they'll bring Ghost back. I don't think 50 Cent is gonna do it twice. He's not gonna bring somebody back from the dead twice.
Right.
So for me, I'm holding on to Raising Kanan because it's my meat. In the meat and potatoes, it's my meat. Like, I love this show. So you guys can depend on me for season 4, and you can depend on me to be here on the panel for season 4. I'm looking forward to it. And please keep the comments coming. You guys keep this show on fire. It's everything.
That is correct.
What you got going on your channel?
Me, same old, you know, I do sneaker reviews. I got the Black Cement 4s that just coming out soon. I play a lot of video games. Oh, thank you. Well, this is black and red. This is blue and black, but kind of matches it, though, but I ain't gonna take that away from you. But yeah, I just try to, you know, do fun stuff like I do PlayStation reviews, movie reviews. I'm obsessed with every Power that's out. I even like Force. I thought Force was the weakest one. Raising Kanan is the strongest one, but I do like Power with Tariq because I want to see Tariq get clipped. So I gotta stick with that just to see that happen.
Right.
Just to see that happen.
Right.
Just to see that happen.
I need to see Tariq go. I need to see Tariq go the same way he did his daddy.
Yeah. I got to stick with that one. He got to catch one.
Do y'all think this is the last season of Ghost?
Nah, I think we're gonna get one more.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
I think we'll get at least a 5, and then that's probably gonna be the last season.
No,
yeah.
God,
they're still making money off that. So they'd be dumb to stop it right now. They still got to
and I think they're filming right now, if I'm not mistaken.
No, they're finished filming. They're finished.
Oh, they're finished.
Yeah, they're finished.
I wouldn't be mad at them phasing out the Tariq's 2, and I wouldn't be mad at them phasing out Power and just focusing everything on raising Kanan. Like it is the.
I want 2-Bit to come back, man. That's what I want 2-Bit to come back, man. I like 2-Bit, man. They need to bring 2-Bit on something.
The only reason I don't see that is because Kanan is third in viewership. You got Book 2, then you got Force, then you got Kanan, then you got BMF. So
Book 2 gets a lot of viewers, don't they?
So fresh your high. And can I just ask the panel? Let's just keep it real for a second. We all love Power, but can I be honest? Is Force not the weakest of them all?
100%. 100%.
CJ is the only one that like it. CJ is the only one that like. That's like
the last season started getting a little bit good, but that first season was trash. That last season
that first season was horrible.
Planet Paperboy, we didn't even. I feel so bad. We didn't even finish the first season of Force. That's how disappointed we were.
You didn't miss anything.
So my whole thing is like I was telling Nels last night. I feel like the reason why Ghost and Raising Kanan are good because of the supporting cast, the people that are around them. We are literally dependent on Tommy in Force, and I think that's why it's
the whole show.
Not as good.
Yep.
Yeah.
The whole show.
He's a good killer, but he's not a good person just to drive the whole show.
Right.
He's
not a good show carrier.
No. He's a good character. I like him though, but he just can't do it by himself. I don't know. And I thought the last episode was the best because of the way they cliffhangered it, but that was the one time I was like, all right, it might be a little bit good.
I really don't want to go down this rabbit hole. I'll just say this. If they are going to bring back Ghost, they need to bring him back in Force. If they're going to bring back Ghost.
But how though? How would he bring how though?
Shit, how the hell did they bring Unique back this while ago?
Because they didn't show a body though. They didn't show a body.
They didn't show Ghost either.
50 would never do it twice. He would never do
it. I guess you're right.
On bringing
you're right.
major characters back. You won't
because Force. See what's keeping Book 2 going is because you got Tasha over there. You've had carryover characters from OG Power. You don't have that over there in Force other than Tommy, and it was stupid for them to get rid of Liliana. They should have kept Liliana around.
It was dumb.
I thought they were gonna bring 2-Bit back in Force because Tommy's still cool with 2-Bit. They still got really good relationship.
About 2-Bit. 2-Bit was whack when he was on Power.
I don't know, but I like 2-Bit. He be going hard for some reason. I was like, he be going hard for no reason. He mad extra.
Man. Listen, when he stopped dropping the D off in Courtney Kemp, that was it for him. That was it.
2-Bit is nothing without what's the dude?
Spanky.
One that got
Spanky? Yeah, that dude is funny. Spanky is funny though.
Spanky made 2-Bit.
He did. Spanky was funny.
I did Ghost. If it wasn't for Mary J and Kane, I probably would put Ghost as the third. Like I
like Kane. I like Kane too. I like Kane a lot too though. Kane is good.
Hold on.
Like they're on their end.
You think Mary J is like a lead character because
no, it's just her star power. It's just her fan base that she brings to the show.
It's not her acting. What she represents.
Okay, because I was like, it's not the acting. It's not the. Please, let's not say that. Let's not say that.
It's Mary J. And folks. It's like it's like a strong female character in there in the game. Kane really does it for me. I mean, Kane is like a lot of my people, my friends. It's just Kane. Kane is the guy for me in Ghost.
But I feel like Ghost is. I agree with you on that. I feel like Ghost is on his last leg because there's not much more for the story to go. There's not much direction for the story to go.
Yeah, that's kind of good point.
All right, y'all. I dropped the channels in the chat. I've dropped all the channels in the chat. Y'all make sure y'all go and subscribe to these channels. This is the TSF Extended Network. Y'all will see them tagged at the bottom of our page on our YouTube channel. This our fam over here. So we got to get them monetized. We got to get these subscribers up. We got to work on that. So let's make sure that we support the fam as well. All right. Any last comments before we break out?
Thank you for having me. That's all. Thank you for having me, and thank you for reviewing every week, man. Like I look forward to this every Sunday. I hope to do the same when the new show pops off. So thank you.
We appreciate y'all having us, and for the first time, y'all, we will be doing BMF. DJ Fresh or Highness is going to be leading the charge on the BMF fan. So all of y'all, BMF is not my cup of tea, but DJ.
I'm gonna try to get into it. I don't like it either. But I'm gonna try to get into it either. I never even watched this. I'm gonna try to get into it too.
I might ride with him. I can't let my bro B out here, but I think Really B is going to do BMF with him. So maybe we can get Shade in the City over here with DJ Fresh, do a little bit of BMF, but not my cup of tea. But I might try to sit there.
Look, let me tell y'all. I tried to watch it
in the airport, right?
and I fell asleep.
I did too.
Gotta do BMF.
We really need to get back and talk about this Griselda show on Netflix.
Yes, can we do that together? Can we do a review on Griselda? Because that's I love stuff like that, like crime, history.
I need to go back and watch the last 2 episodes, but they're saying something about Cocaine Cowboy on Tubi.
That show is trash.
Oh wow!
On Cocaine,
I don't even know what that is.
Cocaine Cowboy was trash.
No, oh my bad, Retro. Cocaine Cowboy wasn't trash. That Griselda series was trash.
No,
I don't like how they depicted her. Now, the real Griselda, wasn't she like a little heavy set? Was she a little bit heavy set?
She was.
I don't like how they characterize her.
Not to get on track. We're still on Razor Kanan. I'll just say this. The reason why I say this is because if you know the real story of Griselda, you know they missed so much, they fast forwarded so much.
Netflix does that though. When they do their adaptations, they do that.
They
leave out a lot of stuff.
For me, it was trash. But when we do the review, y'all will hear why I say it was trash.
All right, so we'll get in the comment, y'all, and we'll put a timeline together. We might could do that in like the next couple of weeks or so. We can go ahead and get out here and do that. All right, so y'all know what we do over here. We do the Power Universe over here. We're gonna come back hopefully next week and do the Power Roundtable. We're gonna come back and do some character breakdowns, and we might go ahead. We've been talking about doing retro reviews of OG Power, so we might get out here and do some of that as well. So we got a lot of things coming. We're gonna get back on our true crime as well. For those of you who like true crime, we do that as well. So we'll get back out here and put some things out here for y'all in the network. Make sure y'all go ahead and follow our fam. We appreciate y'all.
Famous, honey.
Night.
And shout out to DeMarcus. Tate needs a show. Tate needs a show.
Tate don't need no
goddamn show. No, he doesn't. 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 No, he don't. No, he don't.
You was our MVP, DeMarcus. You was our MVP, but now you just dropped down.
No, DeMarcus, you're my MVP. I've been rooting for Tate.
Unless he hires us all for that show, I don't know if Tate needs a show. Unless we all on that show.
He had one.
I think DeMarcus is
that's why they pulled it. That's why they pulled it.
Yeah.
DeMarcus needs protein.
That didn't even have a pilot. That was one of those shows that had a pilot, like not even a first episode.
Yeah.
The pilot crashed. The pilot crashed.
They would have kept Carrie alive. If they would have kept Carrie Milgram alive, if they would have kept Ramona around, then Tate could have had a show. There's not enough story with Tate for us to be interested in seeing him being a dirty politician for 6 seasons.
He wasn't even that good on the show, man.
Exactly, that part.
Since everybody else plugged in,
if y'all make sure. If we're going to get a Tate spinoff, we might as well get a Diana spinoff.
Nah, if you're going to give me another spinoff, give me a Jukebox spinoff.
Right.
Yeah, I'd rather that. I'd rather have a Tasha spinoff than Tate.
And Pop spinoff.
I'd rather a Dre spinoff than Tate.
You know what? Give me a Ghost prequel if you're going to do that. Spend the money on production that's worthwhile. But don't give me no goddamn Tate. I don't want to see this ass.
No, look. The same way I'm up here with pictures of Unique, I'll be up here with Tate. with the campaign banners on my wall, ready to go. Vote for Tate for 2024.
That's why we bump heads. That's where we go bump heads at Trees. That's where we go. I can't stand
like
you're gonna have to really have a hard campaign slogan to get him elected.
I can't stand his ass.
I love Tate. I
think you might be hiding the puss for Lorenz Tate.
Oh no! I love Tate before he got on power. So yeah.
But the actual Tate, no. We might as well give Diana a spinoff.
Now you know that wouldn't be bad. That wouldn't be bad. Diana became
it would absolutely be bad. That's why she's saying that, because she's like, it's not. It doesn't make sense.
It would be bad, but if we're gonna keep Ghost going, we need a successor of Tariq. We need a successor, and I think Diana would be the perfect successor.
Snitch.
I can see her doing the exact same thing to Monet that Tariq did to Ghost. I can see that. I can see that. So I can see her being a successor for that franchise, because they're saying that the actor Michael J. Rainey or whatever is getting tired of playing Tariq and he wants to do other stuff. So they're gonna wrap that up. They're gonna wrap that franchise up pretty soon. The best way they can save that is to give Diana a spinoff and let her be the new Tariq.
But we didn't talk about it. Kanan got a baby coming, possibly, and I feel like Tariq does too. But who is it? Who's pregnant by Tariq?
Diana. Go back and watch our video. Go back and watch my prediction video. I did a video a couple months ago about who's pregnant, because they are casting. They were doing a casting call for twins over there for Ghost. So somebody with child over there. Somebody with child.
You don't think it's what's the name? Evie. Yeah, I think it's Evie.
Effie's a writer. Effie would be a good person to have a baby by.
I like Evie. I think she would be a good baby mama.
I do too.
I know this ain't got nothing to do with power, but I'm dropping some new mixes soon, so y'all stay tuned. Follow me on SoundCloud.
All right, for real, that's good.
All right, y'all. We're gonna go ahead and wrap up, and we will see you guys next week.
Later, man.